successful geek became a member.
All right, chat. How you doing? How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Brady is first. Congratulations on being the first person in chat. Play Marvel Champions. All right. I mean, we maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I have no plan for tonight. Diamond's Edge. Wow, earlier than scheduled. Yeah, I figured I was here. I could just sit in the background for like 10 minutes and just kind of hang out or whatever. But I was like, we're here, right? We're here. We might as well just go live. Why not? Maybe I can get to bed earlier than usual. Mr. Suitcase, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everyone's had a fantastic weekend. I didn't get to see you all Sunday, so hopefully you had a great weekend. Lord of the Arkham Champions, please. If only. If only. But yes, hopefully everyone's had a good weekend. Hopefully you had good plans. Hopefully you did something exciting. I got a new mug. It is a Marvel mug. Oh, wait. This side, hold on. The tea is really hot, so hold on. This side does say Avengers Assemble, and it's a giant A as a handle, which makes it really weird to hold on to, but it's fun, so Yeah. There's this cat that is pretty quiet. When it finally made a sound, I thought its purr was due. Oh my god. Speaking about Purdue, we are in the Sweet 16 now. I can't believe it. I think any normal human being can't believe it because Purdue's really good at losing the first 2 rounds. No, even if they're ranked number 1, it doesn't make a difference. So I take out you didn't stream on Sunday as you were too drunk from the Ferrari 1-2. The Ferrari 1-2 was a sweet thing to wake up to because for me it was happening at 1 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't watch it. And we're like, all right, Max is gonna win, so whatever. Wake up, read the news. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I watched the highlights and stuff, which was cool to see. But yeah, 4 a.m. here, didn't get up. Ugh, yeah, I wouldn't either. Bats, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. But no, we didn't stream Sunday because we were flying back from Orlando. And I didn't get back till late. And I was like, there's just no way. There's no way. It's not going to be a good stream. It's not going to be fun or entertaining or anything. So, but yeah, we got back late Sunday. Got back into work yesterday, which was fantastic. Just absolutely love that. And then today was kind of getting back into the rhythm. I was originally going to play something, but I kind of decided against it. And I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things I don't know. I feel like half the time we all just hang out anyway. And the game is like the thing we kind of do on the side. Maybe we play games. I don't know. So, that's where I'm at. Is that how I have to hold this? Wait, I'm turning it the wrong way. Like my middle finger doesn't know where to go because the mug is hot. Just found out Age of Apocalypse isn't coming out in the UK this week. Somebody else was telling me that too. There is another UK person I know that wasn't getting theirs. And I don't know why. Do y'all know why you're not getting it? I still haven't gotten shipping information for mine. It's supposed to come Friday, right? So what about toe-to-toe? Is the attack happening first now? That is the question. That is the question. Also, welcome, Kev. Hopefully you're doing well. I've been told it may be May. Ugh. It's terrible. So yeah, toe-to-toe. Toe-to-toe. The thing is, we don't know. And I know a lot of people, we came out with the video today, right? About toe-to-toe. And there's been a lot of comments on it, and which is really cool to see, right? It's always really cool to see people interact with this rule stuff. But I think people that are just writing off the argument are kind of missing the point and filling in gaps that aren't there. Because what is going on with toe-to-toe is actually kind of fascinating. And it will continue to be kind of fascinating. So, to give a quick recap, give a really quick recap. One of the things we have to know, where's Marvel Champions rulebook? Very good Miss Marvel card. It might become a better Miss Marvel card. So for those that don't know, all right, in case you didn't watch the video today because for some reason you don't watch my content, which is really weird, but sure, whatever. So this states, if I have Widow's Bite in play and I reveal a minion with Quick Strike, which resolves first, right? And so let's just do Widow's Bite. All right, so Widow's Bite states is a 1-cost upgrade. After a minion enters play, discard Widow's Bite, deal 2 damage, right? So if a minion comes in with Quick Strike, oops, that's not the right tabs at all. Quick Strike states, and I should have done this in the video and shown what actually Quick Strike states. So it states, after a minion with Quick Strike keyword engages a player whose identity is in hero form, that minion attacks that player. Okay, that's all it says. That minion attacks the player. It doesn't say it initiates the attack. It doesn't say it resolves the attack. It just says they attack. And if we go to the attack activation, all right, so activation, right? There's 2 forms, attacking and scheming. This is what I kind of talked about here. And it just lumps it all together, right? And then it says like each minion does it, but it just lumps it all together. So it doesn't explain any of this. The only time that this has been elaborate of how attacking initiation activation works really is with this ruling. So it states Quick Strike triggers when a minion enters when a minion engages a player and minions enter play engaged with the player who revealed them. Thus, Quick Strike and the response on Windows Bite have the same timing trigger. Okay, so same timing trigger. We can solve this really fast, right? We go to the timing window. Keywords, which is what Quick Strike is number 1. Responses are down in 6 and 7. Problem solved, right, chat? That is very, very simple stuff. Well, that is not exactly the case because... Wait, did I already pass it? There we go. So, keywords have timing priority over responsibility, so Quick Strike initiates first. Cool. Done. Widow's Bite can be triggered after the Quick Strike attack initiates. Right? There's a distinction with attacking. They're saying the attack initiates. If the damage from Widow's Bite defeats the attacking enemy, it does not resolve it. Otherwise, the attack resolves and the enemy will be stunned for its next attack. So this is actually really confusing because what they're saying is you do timing number 1 to initiate the attack, then timing number 7 to deal damage, go back to timing number 1 to finish the attack, and then go back to timing number 7 to do the rest of it, which is stunning the enemy. Right? That whole timing sequence doesn't even make sense. Like, none of that makes sense. So anyway, this is the first real response that we've had with initiation. So the whole idea with toe-to-toe is that it states, choose an enemy. That enemy attacks you, deal 5 damage to the enemy, right? 1 cost event. Now, any sane human being, myself included, will go, well, what it's saying is that we follow the card line by line, right? We follow it line by line. And we have to do everything on the line. Okay. We're still on this? Oh, yes, we're still on this. Hey, Stormbreaker, how's it going? Choose an enemy. Done. That enemy attacks you. Now, everyone assumes that you have to resolve the activation of that attack. It doesn't say that. It just says the enemy attacks you. And there's no difference in the wording between initiates attack, resolving attack. But we'll get into that because you could say that's a gray area. Deal 5 damage to the enemy. So the argument is that you can initiate the attack without finishing the attack and then dealing 5 damage to the enemy. Now, why would this be the case, right? Why D20, you're just making all this up, right? This is ridiculous. This doesn't make sense. Well, we have a ruling. This is from January 11th of this year, 2024. Do responses? I think Wizbite would say when minion. Joshy.
I think Widow's Bite should say when a minion instead of after a minion for it to make sense.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. The whole thing doesn't really make sense, but yeah. So, also thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it. Do responses and keywords wait for a full sentence to resolve? After I have played Hawkeye Leadership and Ally and play with an arrow counter on him, I reveal Planetary Invasion. Now, if you're like me and don't remember what that card is, because I sure didn't. So Planetary Invasion states, discard cards on the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Reveal that minion, then give it a tough status, okay? So just FYI, that's what that is, because I didn't know what it was. The minion I discarded has the Quick Strike keyword. What's the timing order here with Planetary Invasion's last sentence? And in most cases, yes, the sentence ability must fully resolve before responses to that sentence can occur. That in mind, this is the events. The card is revealed. Okay? Card is revealed. Simple. Cards are discarded from the encounter deck until the minion is discarded. Simple. The minion is revealed and its Quick Strike keyword resolves, initiating its attack. The steps of the attack will then resolve at the next available opportunity. The minion is then given a tough status card immediately after this because it is in the same sentence as the reveal of the Planetary Invasion, right? So you have to do the rest of the sentence. Okay, that's fine. Then Hawkeye's response is triggered. Then the minion resolves its attack. Again, this never states that with the whole Quick Strike thing that, you know, it's a separate initiative attack or anything. It just says attack. That's it. So you may now be saying, well, D20, this is just a Quick Strike issue, right? This is just an issue with Quick Strike, right? They need to figure this out because they messed up on the wording on Quick Strike. That's all this is. That's all this is D20s. They just messed up on that. Not so fast, my friend. Because we have an even more recent ruling. This is ruling of February 15th. Rule 147 on Hall of Heroes. So in a multi-sentence ability, if an earlier effect sentence initiates an attack, does that attack wait for the later effect sentence to resolve before its initiated attack resolves? For example, now, I want you all to participate in this with me for a second. We're going to take Crossbones. We're going to take his machine gun. And then we're going to take... What's the other card that they state? Weapon Master. Okay. You have Crossbones. All right, chat. This is active engagement. This is active engagement. You have Crossbones. He has machine gun in there. It's a weapon. You draw a Weapon Master from the top of the deck. Your hero form. It says the villain attacks you. If they have a weapon attachment, this card gains Surge. What do you resolve first? Do you resolve the attack or do you resolve the Surge possibility? And if you're watching this on YouTube, because I might just clip this out and put this on YouTube, pause the video and decide at this point. What do you do? Right? Do you do it sentence by sentence and then finish out the sentence in its entirety? Or do you not? Oh, I don't like how this is going counterintuitive to my brain. Like contextually, the enemy attack going first makes total sense. This is a cheap event. The cost that comes with the event. Yeah, I agree that it makes sense that way for sure. That it's a cheap cost. And I definitely think that's the purpose of the card for sure. I wish my voice sounded like your Jarvis bot. People might actually understand what I'm saying. Stormbreaker says attack, then surge. That's how I read it too. Resolve sentence by sentence, Bat says. Absolutely. Surge is a keyword, so you would give a card face down and then do the attack boost. I would probably play it in line, play it by line in the moment, though. I originally would do sentence by sentence like attack. Yeah. So Stormbreaker, Bats, Dylan, I agree with you 100%. Gingerneer, even though it's a keyword, you don't have to resolve it. You have to do the check first, but I get what you're saying 100%. But you're making me think to do the surge first. Crossbones attack, Hulk dies. I don't bother with the surge because game is over. What you all are saying is I would agree with your statements 100%. I would. Okay? Here's what they say. This is a ruling 6 weeks ago. If Crossbones has a machine gun in play with 1 ammo count, they do 1 ammo count, but it doesn't really make a difference, and we'll explain why in a second. Then you reveal Weapon Master. The sequence of events is follows. Resolve the first sentence of Weapon Master's hero effect, making Crossbones initiate an attack. Okay, so he's initiating the attack with the attacks you wording. Oops, that's just my stats. Don't worry about that. Crossbone's machine gun interrupt triggers, right? So you do the whole when Crossbone attacks you, because, right, he's initiating the attack, so he attacks you, right? This all makes sense to us. Remove the ammo counter, resolve the effect, and discard Crossbone's machine gun. Okay, simple enough. Resolve the second sentence of Weapons Master. There is no weapon attachment in play at this time, so Weapons Master does not gain Surge. So now you don't even surge because you don't check it before the initiated attack, and then you resolve Crossbone's initiated attack. This ruling right here is what makes me think toe-to-toe works the way I think it does. That's why. Because this whole idea that you have to read line by line, you are reading line by line with toe-to-toe. The same way you would do a Weapons Master. It's the same exact thing, right? The enemy attacks you, the villain attacks you. The same exact thing. It just initiates an attack. And because they've made this difference now, you have to follow what's the rest of the card. The same thing happens with Shadow of the Past. People ask us all the time with Shadow of the Past. If you draw a card with Shadow of the Past and you draw like the villain in first, but the villain works off of the side scheme, right? You have to reveal all of it first before the villain does its stuff. So here we go. Wait, did they answer toe-to-toe? Hey, Drew, how's it going? No, we're still waiting on it. JS, welcome to chat. Hopefully you're enjoying this. So this is the argument. This is the argument. Because, again, the same exact thing. FFG scrambling to now figure out if toe-to-toe is too broken. It will be too broken. It will be in every minion slaying deck. Now, there are ways that they can get around this, right? For sure, that they can fix this. Really, they just have to get rid of the Widow's Bite thing. But this has become such a huge saga. I'm so invested, dude. Because of JS and other people, I am 100% in on this. I was asking the same question about Taunt earlier today. Hey, Richie, how's it going? Taunt has been asked as well. And I'm sure other people have asked it too. Because Taunt has the same exact idea. So Taunt states, for those that don't really remember, the villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend against the attack. Draw 3 cards. So hypothetically, if it works the same way everything else would be working, the villain would initiate the attack. And if you drew, like, if you were Spider-Man, Miles Morales, or I'm sorry, Peter Parker, and you drew a backflip, you could then use backflip for the attack activation. It's wild. It's wild. Also, Giant Lasagna. Hopefully you're doing well. Jay Collins, how's it going? If you're doing well. I feel like they'll understand they're misworded and might errata them. Yeah. It's just a casualty of the rules and how it works right now, right? We've done this before with different things that like, it's kind of like iffy the way it works right now, and they'll errata it for sure. But we'll have a solid like couple of months where this is bonkers. Stormbreaker, yeah. So most people, the way that most people are, where is it? The way most people are reading this card is that they read the sentence that enemy attacks you, and what they assume it means is that enemy must resolve the attack against you. So if I'm playing against Thanos, let's say, because his picture's right there, Thanos would deal damage to me, and then I would deal 5 damage to Thanos. The argument is, because of the timing of all of this, is that Thanos would just have to initiate an attack. This is what the ruling they have stated with Widow's Bite. That there is a difference between initiating and actually attacking. So he would initiate the attack, and then you must finish the card before you go do something else. Everyone assumes by the enemy attacks you that it means the entire attack. And it probably did mean that originally. But the problem is because they have now separated initiates and they have rulings like, where is 147? Here we go. 147 that talks about, again, this would just initiate an attack and then the rest of it would finish. There we go. Oh, wait. Hello, D28, but it is not the same as Widow's Bite and Quick Strike interaction. In toe-to-toe case, you have to resolve the attack sentence before doing the rest. Thank you for bringing that up, Daniel. So, I would agree with you. But as we just stated, I'm sure you didn't get here for this. If it works that way, then the way this card should work is the villain attacks you, right? Just the same way as toe-to-toe would attack you, right? The villain would attack you, do all of its attack stuff and whatever, and then you check if it has a weapon attachment, and then this card gains surge, right? It would be the same exact thing. But that is not how they ruled that. How they have ruled that, and again, this is 6 weeks ago, February 15th. They have ruled that Crossbones would initiate the attack from that card. Then they do Crossbones machine guns. All that stuff would trigger first. Then you would resolve the second sentence, and then he would finish his attack. So again, it doesn't say to resolve the attack. That's the thing. Toe-to-toe does not say resolve the attack. It just says the enemy attacks you. The same way Weapons Master says the villain attacks you. It just has to initiate the attack against you. They have now made that distinction. Taunt is 100% a Peter Parker card. Easy, draw 4 cards and then just backflip and take no damage. 100% Giant Lasagna. Taunt will be in every single Peter Parker card if this goes, or Peter Parker protection deck if this goes through. Petulant Pig and Taunt, I always draw my card first. Yeah. How many Red Bulls have you had tonight? None yet, but I do need a bunch. Also, welcome Excelsior. I think the Grim Rule solves this problem easy, but you don't have to Grim Rule it. Because we will at some point get official wording about this. We just have to keep doing this. I think, yeah, it just feels it confuses it more and I would never get it right. Dude, I 100% agree. It's very confusing. So what does resolve the attack mean? Take the damage? It means finishing the whole sequence. So initiating just means the attack has started, right? This is why the quick strike initiation thing is so important. It's because quick strike we all mean simply enough to just mean, oh, let me find it because I want to make sure we get the wording right. QRS, I know the alphabet, I swear. Come on. Wait, how? Okay, hold on. Just Control F this. After a minion with a quick strike keyword engages a player whose identity is in hero form, that minion attacks that player. It doesn't say initiate. It doesn't say anything else. It just says they attack them. That's it. Then, with Widow's Bite, it makes a distinction in this. That Widow's Bite can be triggered after the quick strike attack initiates. If the damage from Widow's Bite defeats the attacking enemy, it does not resolve. Otherwise, the attack resolves and the enemy is stunned, which again doesn't make sense on the timing scale anyway. That's a whole nother thing. But in that case, with Retaliate, I can do the damage before the enemy deals damage to me. JKMLPQR retaliate. I need to look up. No, because it's after a character is attacked. The character retaliate must survive the attack to deal the damage, right? It doesn't say that it's when the character's attacked. The character with the retaliate must survive the attack. So it is specifically stating after the whole sequence. So that would be different. Just play how you like. Playtesters just put in play. Oh my gosh. It should be all of them, by the way. Taunt is great with Spider-Man. Cards like Toe-to-Toe would be perfectly fine if it wasn't for those weird rulings. It makes sense that you can use defense cards when you make an enemy attack yourself, though. Also, it doesn't have the arrow that indicates that you first need to resolve the attack. So Charles Cry, welcome, Charles. Hopefully you're doing well. Not only does it not have the arrow, but it doesn't have the wording then. Then is big time wording in Marvel Champions now, which still is ridiculous. But it doesn't have the word then, which would state you have to do everything before it to do it after it. So it doesn't even have the then rule, the then wording. I could post it. Yeah, go ahead, post it here. That's fine. Pigeon Pick, does the enemy finish the attack before you stick your tongue out? Retaliate specifically triggers after an attack has finished resolving. Exactly, Drew. I just learned from D20 subreddit thread that if George Stacy is in play against Collector 1, any events attached to George Stacy also goes in the collection along with George. That I did not know. That's crazy confusing. So I can interrupt the attack any moment, retaliate. No, you can't, because it specifically states you must survive the attack. It doesn't say you interrupt the attack. It says you must survive the attack. And again, ability, in the order of resolution, abilities that trigger after any amount of damage. It's not, you're not retaliating off the attack. It's after everything is done. The rules specifically state that. So that's why it's different. All right, minion initiates attack for 5. Widow's Bite activates and KOs them. No damage taken. Rather than all the damage then activates a Widow Bite. Yeah, which is confusing. So with the Widow's Bite and the Quick Strike thing, it's kind of weird. I really don't like this because I think this doesn't even logically make sense to me. Is that you Quick Strike because it's number 1 in timing chart, right? So okay, I guess that's fine. Then you deal the 2 damage. Which, like, okay, we're doing this part of it, which I guess kind of makes sense. But then they finish their attack, and then you can stun it? Like, that timing doesn't not make sense to me whatsoever. I do not understand that. How you go from timing step 1 to 7 to 1 to 7, right? Like, I feel like it should be all in if you deal the 2 damage and stun it, and then they wouldn't be able to Quick Strike. Like, that would make more sense to me. Or they just Quick Strike in the beginning, or you just Widow's Bite in the beginning. I don't care which it is, but like it feels weird that it's like interlaced like that on a sentence with it like doesn't make sense to me. Why are we splitting 2 damage to the minion and stunning it? Like that rule makes no sense to me in that regard too. I thought events could never be in play, hence they can't be in the collection, but cards that are attached to other cards are in play. Yeah, that's wild. Wait, wouldn't George Stacy? Oh, when George Stacy leaves play. That's so wild. Do they think Widow's Bite was OP? That just confused me. What I personally think is happening Oh, wait, hold on. But Widow's Bite is when the enemy enters play, and Quick Strike is when the enemy engages you. And those are 2 different steps. Yeah, but why does it bounce back and forth then? So, like, Daniel, I kind of get it, right? With, hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. I want to make sure I got you. Okay. So, enemy enters play, and Quick Strike is when the enemy engages you. And those are 2 different things. Right. So, shouldn't one fully resolve before the other one does? Like, if we're doing the whole fully resolve thing, shouldn't one fully resolve over the other? Do you think Widow's Bite was OP? No. I think because they... Oh, that's what it is. I think with the Widow's Bite thing, there's always been a distinction in their minds of initiates an attack and resolving the attack. It's just never in the rules. Right? We see this with Spider-Man Peter Parker, right? With backflip, right? When an enemy initiates an attack, right? It's already been spelled out for us in that sense on the card. But they've never done it in the rules. And it's something they'll have to do eventually. I mean, they will. Like, this is just fun. Like, please understand, this is just fun stuff to talk about. I find this stuff fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating. And I don't care which way they rule. It doesn't make a difference to me. And I'm not like, oh my God, Fantasy Flight Games messed everything up. Don't care. I really don't care. I just think this is fun to talk about. I don't care what the official errata on Widow's Bite says. If I have Widow's Bite out and the minion is getting their Quick Strike on me based on how I feel about the timing works, and then I'm resolving Widow's Bite. If you were asked me to play it blind, I would say the Quick Strike activates first because of the timing chart. So it should activate first, and then it should do the rest of Widow's Bite. First, the minion enters play. Wait, I lost you. Triggers Widow's Bite, then engages you, and then the attack occurs. Right, but that's not what happens. Daniel, I would agree with that timing, but the problem is it's saying that you deal the 2 damage, and then you finish the attack, and then you stun it. Right? They're splitting. I can't highlight that, can I? They're splitting that sentence, and I don't know why. First, the minion errata play, trigger window by... oh, no, sure, I just read that. All right, Drew says, so the thing that happens is the attack initiates, and you have to resolve that line of text. Then go to the next line, the next hand, the next whatever. Widow's Bite can only finish after the attack has initiated. It finishes resolving before moving on from part 1 of the initial attack. You can deal damage to defeat the minion. The stun is too late for that specific attack. That confuses me so much. About George Stacy, face down cards are not in play. That's true, they are not in play. I'm going to keep playing with my half understood rules and not... This isn't official yet. We're just having fun speculating with this stuff. But the rules have been asked, so we'll see. We'll see. Wizbite says after, not when, which makes it sound like you should get engaged. Yeah, that's true. That is true. This stuff makes my head spin. I have to have people in Discord like hold my hand like a small child and walk me through the process. Because I do not understand this stuff half the time. It takes me like a solid like day to understand it. In the order of stuff is happening, first the minion enters play, then it engages, then it quick strikes. Yes. Okay. Enters play, and then engages, and then it quick strikes. But it only initiates the attack on the quick strike. It doesn't do the rest of the attack. Then it's interrupted by this response. Now I don't know the ruling on George Stacy if face down cards aren't in play. I think my stun sucks up quick strike, but that's just my humble opinion. I think you're right. Another tidbit. The guys resolving the errata did it wrong. Wait. What do you mean the guys resolving the errata did wrong? Look at enter, play, and engage. You mean? Wait. You mean? Hold on. By resolving the errata, you mean this one? I'll find it. Just give me a minute. There we go. You mean this one? Not so quick strike. All right, Drew says, another tidbit about Widow's Bite is that when they previously ruled that enters, play, and engage weren't simultaneous, but now they are. Widow's Bite triggers at the same time as engagement and quick strike. Since the attack is initiated, it's stunned after the attack has initiated. Oh god, I have to think about that. Another tidbit, they previously ruled that enters, play, and engage weren't simultaneous. So wait, let's look up engage. 16, page 16. Engage. There we go. When, and I had to change that, when a minion enters play in its player, it engages that player. Otherwise, unless otherwise specified by a minion or the effect that put the minion in play, the player engages the players, resolving the current encounter card. As an engaged minion remains engaged, an engaged minion remains engaged with the same player until it is defeated. Remove from play. Okay. The card ability instructs the player to engage a minion. Okay, that's fine. So then, let's look up enters play. The phrase enter play refers to any time when a card transitions from an out of play area to in play. Playing a card, putting that card into play, or using its ability, revealing a card from the encounter deck means by which the card enters play. No, so this is saying when a minion enters play. So anytime when a card transitions from out of play, it's the same timing. When a minion enters play in the player's area and engages that player. Enters play just says, refers to any time when a card transitions from out of play area into play. So it goes from out of play to into play and has engaged. As a whole, I still don't fully understand how defense works, let alone this Stormbreaker. Stormbreaker, that's hilarious. But I get it. I get it, dude. I think that's the point of face down cards. They're not in play. The errata about Widow's Bite. Yeah, but that's the official ruling. It doesn't matter if they messed up on it. It's the official ruling. So we have to kind of play with it. And then they just updated. Like, they changed this in 1.5. Like, the Widow's Bite ruling was put into 1.5. And then again, it's been kind of backed up several times, including the previous example of 137 with Planetary Invasion. They did it again. There's no distinction in time between engage and enter play and rules reference 1.5. The only change is the when, but that's what makes it simultaneous now. Yeah, it used to be different though, and Widow's Bite originally was ruled that it could stun a quick strike attack. Oh, that's interesting. Hurts so much of my action is just Hulk smash puny human. Engage isn't a keyword. Correct. If it's not written in official rules documents, it's not real. Widow's Bite happens between a card entering play and the keyword on it. Why? Why? Hold on. I need to read these. You have to bear with me, chat. I need to read things like 10 times over. Minion enters play. So you're responding to it entering play. Hey, Keith. How's it going? So the argument... The only technicality I see on Widow's Bite is when you can discard the card. This discussion is more interesting than the toe-to-toe one. That's just a fever dream of people trying to power the game. No, Daniel, I'm telling you, toe-to-toe makes 100% sense, especially with how this 147 ruling is. 100%. The notion that you have to finish the resolved attack is something that we all assume. It's not actually stated. But I agree, the toe-to-toe discussion is fantastic. After minions enter play. Hold on, wait. Alright, Widow's Bite happens between a card entering play and the keywords on it. So enters play, discard Widow's Bite, deal 2 damage and stuff. Okay, so I don't necessarily disagree with you there then. The problem is that it just splits the two. That was my initial problem. Right? Is that, okay, you would deal the 2 damage, but the quick strikes, according to them, the quick strike still triggers first before this. Minion enters play and engages at the same time. Quick strike and Widow's Bite triggers at the same time. Keywords trigger first though. Right. And we know that for the ruling for sure. But it is just the initiation of the attack. Then Widow's Bite finishes resolving before the minion attack finishes resolving. Yeah, and that's what Drew is saying too, is the most important thing is, again, when people see the word attack, and it's the same with toe-to-toe, when the enemy attacks you, they assume the entire attack And we now know that there is a difference between the attack, initiating the attack, and finishing the attack. I need to just set up. You know what? We just need to do. We just need to duplicate the stupid page. So I'm just going back and forth like crazy. I'm still gonna resolve toe-to-toe attack. Oh, as of now, until they make the official ruling, the way I would play it, because the way I understand things in life is that you want to do the entire attack. Like I assume that's what they meant, is that you do the entire attack. They just need to errata the card. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, face down here. So yeah, George Stacy stuff would be out of play. That's interesting. But the card makes a difference between attack, initiate attack. What card does? Wait, Daniel, what card differentiates initiate attack and attack? The distinction is why toe-to-toe and taunt are definitely questionable now about whether or not the attack finished resolving before resolving the rest of the card. Yes, 100%. And again, with this whole weapon master example, if you were to say that, okay, they have to say that it's only the villain initiates the attack against you and then you do the rest of this, that would make sense. But that's not how they rule. They just said the villain attacks you. And then their ruling states that first you resolve the initiating of the attack, where it doesn't say to initiate the attack. It just says the villain attacks you. So you first initiate it, then you do the interrupt, then you do the second sentence of the card, then you resolve the attack.
Keith from 75
so should toe-to-toe say then deal?
Hey, given 14 gift subs in the channel.
Keith, I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting Drew too. Yeah, so this card said that enemy attacks you, then deal the 5 damage to the enemy. Then yeah, anything before the word then has to be completed in its entirety. So if you had the word then, everything changes. And then's been around for a while, chat. I'm not 100% sure about that. When it initiates the attack. Yeah. No, Daniel, I agree with you on that. Again, their own rulings, though, don't always have to initiate the attack, though. And revert the rulings? Or just leave the cards as is and revert the rulings, yeah. Then is from Lord of the Rings, so it's been around for a while. So they're basically saying every attack needs to be broken down into initiate, damage, then resolve. Possibly. The problem is we don't know. That's the big problem, is that it'd be nice if they broke it all down. They obviously know there's a difference between initiating and like attacking and resolving, right? They're running off of they're running off of this knowledge. They just haven't put it in the rule book. And they will. I think they will at some point. I mean, it just makes sense. Seems to imply that the damage is done as long as the enemy attacks. If it had the word then, it would. I guess the cards are supposed to be fully resolved before the resolution of attacks. Right, Johnson. So you have to finish the card. Again, this goes back to what was it? Belladonna? So, Belladonna... wait. What's Belladonna's side scheme? The Assassin's Guild? Okay, so... the whole thing with this and Shadow of the Past... and this still trips me up. Because a lot of people will read this sentence by sentence. Reveal your set-aside nemesis minion and put it into play. Engage with you. Sentence. Okay, put Belladonna in. Does Belladonna quick strike? And then after she does, do you do the rest of this sentence? Right? Then reveal your set-aside nemesis side scheme and put it into play. Okay, so then you would do this. After an assassin minion attacks and defeats a character, place 2 threat here. Well, if she defeated an ally, right, would this trigger or not? Shuffle the rest of your set-aside nemesis account, put in the rest of the deck, blah, 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 right? Whatever. So with that, right, how would you play that with Belladonna? What they have ruled is that she initiates the quick strike, then you put in Assassin's Guild, then you finish up the attack. And we have to go find that rule. I lost what that ruling is. I don't really remember when. But you would finish the attack. So if they defeat someone, place 2 threat in the main scheme, and after they attack, you place 2 threat here. That's the thing. With the whole idea of you have to read and do all these sentence, it's true to a point, but they've differentiated initiating an attack and finishing attack. Weapon Master, can you do a Spider-Man backflip before machine gun triggers and then it would be the same as the ruling? That's a good question. Hold on. When Crossbone attacks you. I don't think you can backflip this. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. You could backflip the indirect damage. I'm not 100% sure on that. I have to think about that. So glad I don't play Gambit. Just don't pull a Shadow. The amount of D20 gain Shadow Pass every single time. Josh, you really best strategy. Just don't draw Shadow Pass. You don't have to worry about it then. I'm starting to buy it, but I still don't think it's the intent. I agree. It's not the intent. What I've been explaining with toe to toe is 100% not the intent. I think it's the consequence of this ruling. And more importantly, we've seen this before with what's her face, She-Hulk. You could backflip indirect damage. Man, I did not know that. This is the same thing we saw with She-Hulk, right? Superhuman. Oops, we spelled things wrong. Superhuman. Is that what it's called? Right. This is the same exact thing as this, right? If you're going against a stalwart enemy, you never lose this card, right? That's obviously not the intent of the card, I believe, but that's the ruling. That's what it is now. So I agree that the intent is not what it is, but here we are. Here we are. Just ignore Abomination and finish the villain. You could back by just don't read the card at all and do whatever you want. Hey, they've ruled that too in Hall of Heroes. Just do what our playtesters did. They just ignored how the rules work. Sorry, that's a whole side thing I don't even want to get into. Stormbreaker, is Gambit worth buying? He's fairly high on my list right now. I like him a lot, honestly. I think Gambit takes a bit to get used to. So I like Gambit. I really do. I really like Gambit. I like the way that he plays. I think he's fun. I think he's interesting. A lot of people don't because you have to do a lot more alter ego stuff and it's tougher on True Solo. But I think he's fun. If you get him for sale, I would for sure hop on it. Keith then. Okay, that's interesting. Some crazy loose definitions now for damage from an attack. I feel less bad about overkilling Venom now. The intent with toe-to-toe is you're supposed to fully get attacked by an enemy, then you deal 5 damage, but they just never added the ruling. All I had to do was put the word then in. This is all fixed by a little word called then, which is also a very confusing rule. Triggering intensifies. I never won with Gambit, but people seem to love him. He's just not fit my playstyle. A lot of people like... He seems like a weird love-hate character. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Like, they see people are like, hey, he's the best. And then people are like, oh my god, he's trash. Does Desperate Defense ready Miss Marvel on time to Morphogen exit? Hey, Dave, how's it going? All right, I'm going to close out some of these tabs, I think. Desperate Defense. What is Desperate Defense at? All right, when your hero defends against an attack, it gets +2 attack. Ready your hero. After you play an attack. So like, so what you're asking is, you ready up your hero from the defense. Can you exhaust to grab Desperate Defense back? Yeah, the response window should still be open. The response weapon stays open. Like, responses stay open for a really long time. I missed the beginning. What's the thought on toe-to-toe? Oh, God. I don't know if I can do it again. If someone else wants to explain it really fast. But there's no solid discussion of it. Or there's no solid... I'm not saying it's one way or the other. We're waiting for Fantasy Flight to rule on it. I still don't know how to build for Gambit. It looks fun now. Yeah. He's tough. Oh, wait, I missed something. My top heroes at the moment are Cyclops, Phoenix, and Angel. I'm not coming around on Cyclops, but I don't hate him as much as I did. Phoenix and Angel I like a lot. I'm sorry, but I was confused. Crossbow's machine gun is an interrupt to the attack, so it triggers, then the enemy initiates the attack. The 5 damage from toe-to-toe are not an interrupt to the attack. Wait. Machine gun... Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Like, you could take that sentence out. It doesn't matter. Like, okay, take out this interrupt. That's fine. You could take this whole section out because it still says to resolve the second sentence of Weapon Master. If there is no weapon attachment in play, does not gain surge. Then you resolve the attack. So even if this doesn't exist, it doesn't make a difference. You still have to do the check. I played Warrior Skill with Gambit wrong, and I thought I got 7 damage from Royal Flush with aggressive energy. Also, heads up to anyone who has had them, but some of the X-Men characters are on sale on Amazon. Let's go. That's nice to see. Based on a lot of other rulings, we're thinking the damage could happen before the enemy attack finishes. Drew, that is the very, very basic rundown. You could grab it back if you were on the fence. You could grab it if you... Wait. You could grab it back if you get the defense. You can't use it, though, because you're already exhausted. Well, unless you defend it and it Oh, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to use it again because you're exhausted from exhausting and pull it back. Yeah, okay, yeah. Keith, I agree with you. Just picked up Age of Apocalypse. Dude, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. I only know when mine's coming. Let the Marvel Champions gods decide. I'm right there with you, Daniel. This is all I want. If chat, if you could do me a huge favor, if everyone could just email them. Don't actually do this because I don't think they like me a lot. But if on your own you decide to email them about this, toe-to-toe is an enigma wrapped in a. It's an enigma wrapped in a. What's the saying? Holy cow, I'm mind blanking. Iceman Jubilee, but I will stop sidetracking for now. Iceman, I'm kind of whatever about. Jubilee, I like the idea of. I mean, look, I trust Caleb a lot in this game right now. I think he's done a phenomenal job. I have nothing against Tony. I think Tony just needs a little more time. But I have high hopes for this. Enigma wrapped in a mystery. My man, thank you. I was hoping they would make bundles with all the Wave 1 and Wave 2 hero packs. They did that in other countries. Yeah, they just won't do that here. I don't know why. It feels like they should. Fingers crossed I get mine on Thursday. Dude. I don't even know. I just want to know what mine is. Okay, Stormbreaker. To explain this. So, when your hero defends against an attack. Now, let's break this down for just a quick second. Most people would play this card by exhausting their hero. Most people. But you can play a previous defense event to become the defender. It gets really convoluted and complicated, so I wouldn't worry about that right now. But let's just say you exhaust it, right? It gets +2 for that attack. If you take no damage from an attack, you would then ready your hero, right? So this is in the discard. Your hero is now ready. Now, after you play an attack, thwart, or defense event, exhaust Miss Marvel to return Desperate Defense back to your hand, right? So you have it now. The problem is that Desperate Defense, to trigger it again, like let's say a minion attacked you now, right? You would have to defend against the attack. Well, the easiest way to be to exhaust for the defense. Now, you could technically run a separate card to do it. It'd be really kind of tricky and tough. Like you have to do sidestep or something like that. And then you would become the defender, and then you could use this card, but you wouldn't get the +2 defense. You would just ready up. I know that sounds really confusing, but it will eventually make sense. So hopefully that explains it. But that's the whole reason why they're saying you can't exhaust and defend. You can't play a second time after that. Yeah, Drew, I think the only way you could is if it's something else is attacking you, right? So if it's like a minion attacking you, or an encounter card, right? Does another attack thing. You would then be able to do it again if you could figure out how to exhaust again, or play a defensive event to become the defender and thus use this card, which would be the most inefficient thing humanly possible. That's why no one ever does it. The problem is if they decide that the damage happens before the attack, it will open a whole new can of worms that will affect every card that makes the enemy attack. Daniel, 100% agree. It will open up a lot of can of worms. 100% will. It's just that then they have to go back and change some of these other rulings. What is your favorite easy scenario to add to a minion? Do you mean the villain? And do you mean the mods by scenario? I mean, the obvious ones are like Hope, right? And Long Shot, because they help you out. But other than that, the core box has ones that are kind of easy. They aren't too bad. Except for the Ultron one. The Ultron one stinks. Oh no, I've got cross-eyed. I don't exhaust and defend. I face tank everything because I'm not scared. That's the proper way to play. If I have defense 2 and the minion villain attacks for 3, I would take 1 damage. Yes. If a minion then attacks, do I still reduce the defense to 2? Nope, that's a separate thing. So let's just say the villain attacks you, right? And let's say you're Miss Marvel, just for argument's sake. And you exhaust for 1 defense and you get +2. Okay. You get +3 defense for that attack. Like that attack. They're specifically stating that attack that's currently happening. Whether you take damage or not doesn't really matter. Let's just say you do, so you don't do the whole ready up thing because you took damage from the attack, so you don't ready your hero. Okay, cool. Now if a minion attacks you, you're already exhausted, you're not defending. So you don't get the +3 defense for that. The only way you would, per se, is if you took no damage and readied up, and then you get attacked by a minion and you just do the exhaust thing again because you're readied up from a previous card, right? Because you would be exhausted normally this whole time. So hopefully that makes sense. Storm and Hurricane for Ultron? Yeah, it's a good way. Mods add to the villain deck. Yes, most recent mods are very hard. Are there easier ones? Yes. So what I would say... All right, so what's Johnson saying? Hold on, wait. Because he wrote something before. So for the errata, pick an enemy. It attacks you. Arrow. After the enemy attacks you, deal 5 damage to the enemy. Yes, you could do it that way. Or you could write that enemy attacks you, then deal 5 damage to the enemy. I think that would fix it too. Maybe not, but... And add a lot of resources too for 2 damage from minion. Right? Yeah. It's not very efficient. So you can only defend 1 attack. Makes sense. So taking normal defense, can you not defend on the villain, but defend on the minion? Yeah, if you want to like take the hit to the face on the villain and just not exhaust or anything, yeah, you could do that. And then you can exhaust for the minion. That's perfectly fine. All right, so mods. That's where we say, oh no, I don't want to get rid of toe-to-toe. This is the star of the show. Let's do this one because I can't spell human correctly, apparently. I mean, okay, so if you were to do the new ones, the best one you want to put in my opinion, and I think it's cheating, but I don't care. Well, it's not cheating. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say things because then people will take it at face value. They'd be like, D20 said it was cheating. And it's not. Where is he? Where is Long Shot? Oh, it's Mojo Mania. This is the best encounter card to put in. So he goes in the encounter deck, not your deck, right? So when you have to like add the optional thing, sorry, hold on. I'm not sure I see the difference between then and just period, because everything must fully resolve for then. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm doing then right. Then is a rule I still confuse to this day, or I get confused to this day. Chris. Must be fully true or resolved before the remainder of the effect described. Okay, so if the effect of a card ability includes the word then, the text preceding the word then must be fully true or resolved before the remainder of the text described after the word then can be resolved. The pre-then of the text fully resolves, and the post-then can also attempt to resolve. So the way I would interpret that is that the attack would fully resolve. It wouldn't just initiate, it would have to fully resolve. What was I doing? Oh, God, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. Long shot. Put long shot in. He's in the Mojo deck. He's the best one to put in that deck. You could also do Hopes in counter card. So Hope Summer's in counter card, right? I mean, you get the thing too, but it basically replaces the extra one. Random question: have you watched X-Men 97 yet? Sorry if this was asked already. It was not. No, I have not yet. I will at some point. I just haven't really been able to watch. I'm okay. Okay. Here's the truth about this. I'm watching a lot of One Piece right now. I'm playing video games and watching One Piece, and my head's all over the place. So I was like, I need to start getting further in One Piece. It's implied after the enemy attacks you, the period is what separates the 5 damage from happening. It might be implied, but that's not what it says. D20 endorses cheating. News at 11. That would be news, right? Instead of using the arrow or then, they just use the period is the way I see it. Yeah, but that's not like a rule. That's the only problem with that. I hate it and I love it. Use the long shot to make another mod easier. Is then the new you? For me, it is. I feel like I finally got to understand you, and then I realized the word then exists, and it confuses me. But we're assuming the attacks you is initiating an attack, so it's fully resolved. And that's, Johnson, that's a good point, too. Is initiating the attack fully resolving the attack, or not? Makes sense. One Piece is a commitment, dude. Dude. One Piece is like taking over my life. But using Hope Summers is making any scenario way too easy. Oh yeah, if you want to put the game on easy mode, it's the best way to do it. You want to make Ronin easier? Put Hope in. I'm watching a lot of One Piece. Oh, so you'll watch X-Men 97 and 2097. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, yeah. If you add it, it's okay, but replacing one modular set with Hope Summers is making it way too easy. Yeah, it's really nice. Oh yeah, Den's been in there for a while. Den is one of those weird rules. I just it gets me every now and again. It gets me. Well, I have enjoyed this. Then can you click on Hope? I've never seen the card. I sure can. Magnetic Missile. Oh, that's actually a good one. We'll look at Magnetic Missile in a second. Here is Hope. This is the encounter card, not the basic ally. So it's a setup card. The first player controls Hope Summers. Hope does not count against your ally limit. Hope's thwart and attack is based off of your attack and thwart of your hero. So this would be your mod set. And then there's a side scheme that comes in there too, which basically takes her away from you, but it's just one card. Don't tell me you're going to get into One Piece TCG. Those cards are beautiful, so won't blame me. Oh yeah, I'm in it. I have a bunch of starter decks not opened yet. We're actually playing it Friday. Novels and I will play it this Friday. A good example of then card is that people get wrong is Magnetic Missile. Magnetic Missile. Can't spell missile. Defeat a sentinel minion in play. Then take 5 damage. If there is no sentinel minion in play, you do not take the 5 damage. That is a really good example of that a lot of people mess up on this. I did. I'm not even judging people. I messed up all the time. I would go, oh, okay, well then I have to take 5 damage. You do not take 5 damage if you did not defeat a sentinel minion in play. The one that gives you the Milano. The Milano one's not bad. The free resource is huge. It's massive. It just stinks when some of those environments I remember are rough. But yeah, start with the resource generator. It's massive. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to think of the other easier mod sets. All the ones that came with heroes are tough. Like, they're rough. Goblin gear? I forgot to ask, how was your trip? The trip was amazing. How about the hoods cards? There's some easy ones and there's some tough ones. That mod set is so brutal. Hey, 777, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, so the trip was good. So basically we popped down to Orlando, to enjoy some warm weather instead of this northeast cold nonsense. And yeah, we went down, we stayed at a resort. So that was a lot of fun. We just kind of hung out. They had like a lazy river. They had a nice pool area, so we just kind of did that. Went to the gym and just worked out, which is great. And then we went to Disney Springs the one night. Oh, we went to Disney Springs, and we tried to get some Lorcana packs because I heard a rumor that they were selling the first chapter there. They are not selling the first chapter. Maybe in the actual theme park, but not in Disney Springs. I checked everywhere. So they only had Into the Inklands, and it was priced normal. It was normal pricing. They wouldn't let me buy a box, which was sad. I had to buy singles or starter decks or whatever. So yeah, we hung out there. We got dinner there. We went to the boathouse, which was really nice. It was really, really good food. I had a lot of fish while I was out there because we don't cook fish because my wife doesn't like fish, so thus we don't eat fish. But when I go out on vacation, I eat fish all the time because I love fish. So that was good and that was fun. And yeah, it was relaxing. It was just nice to get away. The most depressing part is when we came back and I had to go to work the next day and I just hated my life again. So that was fun. My family wants to play Camel Up and Crew Planet 9 with me. My son got Camel Up and Crew Planet 9 with me. My son got a great report card, so I got him Gilly and Nugget for Too Many Bones. Let's go. Looks like I'm back to solo two-handed Marvel. Yeah, but Gilly and Nugget are really good, so that's awesome. But congrats to your son on the good report card. They've all lost focus on it for the other games, which is a great problem to have. Yeah. You can do a top 10 mod sets. Would I do top 10 easiest or hardest, or what I like? When an ability has more than one sentence of text, read the entirety of the ability to check for alternate effects, then resolve the ability one sentence at a time. Daring line. When it says resolve, does it mean to do it fully? I was thinking about toe to toe. We don't know. Because they have now differentiated initiates an attack, resolves an attack, and they've done all that. Because they have done that, we don't fully know. A lot of things could change. Is Lorcana good? I'm tempted to get into it. I love it. I love it. Now, here's the thing with Lorcana. It does have some issues with first player advantage. Like when Novels and I play, first player wins probably about 70% of the time. It's really hard to overcome it. Hopefully they get better with it, whatever. What I will say is Lorcana, for those that don't know, is coming out with a solo mode in 2 months. March, April. Yeah, 2 months. I will play it on stream for sure. I pre-ordered everything but the solo mode because they won't let me pre-order it yet. But they're coming out with a solo mode, which I am hyped for. I don't even know if it's going to be good or not. I don't even care. I could just play more Lorcana. There will be more Lorcana on this channel that we can play it solo. So, I like it a lot. I think One Piece is a more balanced game. But because my wife isn't as into One Piece as I am, it's harder to get her into it. But we both really like Disney, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of a theme thing. But if I had to pick between the two, I pick One Piece every single time. I also with Star Wars Unlimited, I've never played it in person yet. I've only played it on the computer. For those that don't know, you can play One Piece and Lorcana. So like you can literally go on here and just do a quick match against the AI and just like do like a basic deck or whatever and just start playing the game. Right? So it just starts up and then we do it. And you can mulligan cards. Let's say we just do that, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'm just playing against an AI. You can do the same exact thing with Star Wars, right? Just do a quick match, player one start, do the whole thing. And you can play, and this is all free. You don't have to pay for this. You can build entire decks if you really want to. So let's just ink this card, whatever. Play Kita and pass, right? And you can just do it. So if you just want to get a feel for Lorcana, whatever, and like the AI opponent isn't, well, the AI opponent for this destroys me every single time. It's embarrassing, but the AI opponent for this is actually pretty easy. So yeah, you can just play the game if you so choose. Coming back is always hard, dude. It's been miserable. I hate it. How often a bay of water gets used to stop explosions, but it kills so many fish. Don't show it didn't happen. Like, did she ever try Villainous? Yeah, we played Villainous. We like it. We haven't played it a lot recently. We played it a while ago. So, what is this? So you can go to inktable.net to play Lorcana if you want to, or you can do yeah. We can do this. Here's a link for Lorcana. And here's Star Wars, and you just play this for free, right? There's just you could just play it for free. I think in order to play against others, you have to buy something or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you would play against others. I'm sure it can be done, but as of now, this just lets you like get the idea of the game and play against like an AI opponent. I'm loving Star Wars and also super excited for Solo Lorcana. I'm so hyped for Solo Lorcana. Welcome, Noob Song. I like Star Wars. I'm really bad at it. I'm coming out with a video where I play 2 games in a row. Spoiler alert, I lose 2 games in like 9 minutes. I'm incredibly bad at Star Wars Unlimited. I can't wait for that to eventually go out so that, you know, people can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because I am very bad at the game. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I'm just very bad at it. I hope they eventually do a digital Marvel Champions. Dude, I hope so. I hope so. I hope the same group does it. I know you could do it on Tabletop Simulator, but you have to like do the whole thing. And I'm not great with Tabletop Simulator. So people don't really know this, but I'll just say it. One of the games I play tested very heavily, I had to use Tabletop Simulator, and it was a terrible experience. I hated Tabletop Simulator by the end of it. Hated it. And now I don't play test any more games. Actually, for several reasons I don't. But I used to do a bunch. You can find my name in rulebooks. I love when TCGs have simulators, dude. It's a win-win, right? Just get you into the game. Quick video, dude. It's 9 minutes. I get smashed in 9 minutes. I don't even think it's 9 minutes long. I think it's less than 9 minutes. It's embarrassing. Don't mind me while I just do this really fast. Get that puppy in there. It's unfortunate what happened to Lord of the Rings adventure card game on Steam. I do hope they manage something with Marvel Champions. I will say, as the former #1 player in the world of Lord of the Rings, the adventure card game on Steam. I'm not #1 player, let me rephrase that. #1 streamer in the world. I was the top ranked streamer. It does make me sad. The game had so much like potential to it. It just became like this weird thing. Is there something like this for Marvel Champions? Not that I know of. All there is Tabletop Simulator. Is there a website that has all the cards and you can just play online? I know you could do it with Ash Techie. You mean for this? Yeah, this website. You could do all the cards. Same with Star Wars Unlimited. I just did one of the pre-built decks, but you can build your own deck. Hold on, how do I get out of this? Quit to menu. So I could just make a deck, right? God deck. Create. Oh wait, maybe no, this is what I have to do. God deck. Okay. Yeah, sure. Amber. Add deck. And then we edit. And then you just pick any card you want. And you just add the copies in. But because I'm lazy, I just picked the basic one. Star Wars Destiny, Star Wars Unlimited. Star Wars Unlimited is this one. Do you all want to see how quickly I can lose this game? I'm never going to mulligan. It's not even a point. Don't even want to bother. Oh, wait, I want Yoda. Okay. How do you even play Star Wars Unlimited? So, the general gist of Star Wars Unlimited is that you have a base with a lot of life. We each have 30. Then you have like a leader, which can do some stuff and could possibly flip over to become an attacker. Then you have a space section on this left side and a ground section on this side. The sides can attack like the one side, but can't like attack across. So you can't have a ground unit attack a space unit because that'd be silly. Space can only attack space and ground can only attack ground, but they can both attack your enemy base. Once the space goes down to 0, you lose. Oh shoot, I hit pass, not play a card. Okay, it might be a part of my problem. Okay, so basically you start off by throwing a card into your resources. So you can use these cards, resources to play things. So let's do Yoda. So they come in, Yoda comes in exhausted. When defeated, they draw a card, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna pass. We draw 2 cards. We can choose one of them as a resource. We're just going to do this one for now. We now have 4 resources. Excuse me. And they killed my Yoda. That was very quick. Have your opponent draw a card? No. So now we can play a card. Let's have Leia come in. Ready a resource. That's fine. Let's play another card. Let's play C-3PO. I guess the top cost 2. It's a 5. Play a card. Let's play another R2D2. Okay. Now put down the bottom. And now we can't attack because everything comes in exhausted. Cool. Recently tried a new TCG called Altered on TTS. It was pretty cool. Do you know it? This is the one on Kickstarter. A lot of people are trying to get me into it. I haven't said no, but I haven't said yes. But in the resource, all your cards ready up. There we go. So they put them in. It's exhausted. We could play a card. Let's get some spaceships out there. Spaceship. Yo, Yoda got slayed so fast. All right, so now we can attack, right? So now I can attack them, but they're going to attack me back, I believe. Yeah. So he's got a +1/+1 on him. He's a 3/3. And she's swinging for 2/2. So I need something that does 2 damage, which would only be Leia. To knock him out if we want to do that. Oh, wait, does he have 5 life? Or we can just attack the Death Star. Does have in browser instead of TTS called Card Table. Well, that's good to know, Alan. Appreciate that, dude. Oh, Oh, I got it right. Yeah. Now, the one thing that can happen is that, what is this? Obi-Wan. Put Obi-Wan on the bottom of your deck? No. Now, the one thing that can happen is once you get a certain amount of resources, you can do Luke's special ability, which we'll do in 1 second. No, I want to hold on to that. I'll get rid of that. So we have 6 resources, right? So there's an epic action. It's that little yellow box that says, if you control 6 or more resources, deploy this leader. So you flip him over, ready him, and move him to the ground area. It becomes a 4/7, and you may give another unit a shield token. So we can... Oh, shoot. I hit pass. I keep thinking P is play card. Okay. My bad. Let's put in Obi-Wan. They attacked each other back and forth. Really cool. Let's do action ability. Let's flip him over. Deploy him as a leader. Okay. Luke just slaying each other. Sweet. And then he's still got a lot of life, which is really annoying. So we're just going to attack this base. Which unit to give a shield token? Let's give it to Obi-Wan. Leia. C-3PO. We'll guess 2 again. That's a 1. R2-D2. No, don't put it on the bottom. We might need it. He attacks wherever this is. That's 4. And then the spaceship can attack too. Alright, cool. I don't need any more resources, I don't think. Alright, so he put Vader in. So Vader's coming in, looking pretty darn strong. Don't love that. Alright, so now we have a lot over here of stuff. Oh, Leia got knocked out. Alright, so let's attack. Let's have Luke attack. Yeah, give Obi-Wan more shield. Otherwise, opponent allows the 7 damage to happen. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so attack Obi-Wan. It's 4 damage. Wait, what is the I am your father? Oh, wait, deals 7 damage to enemy. If they say no, draw 3 cards. I say no. You can draw 3 cards, that's fine. Alright, 4 left. Restart the current game or load new decks. We won. Hey, that's the first win. Okay, that was a freak accident. Maybe I'm just finally getting the hang of this game. Maybe that's what's happening right now. But anyway, that's the card. So that's the game. So basically, I know I just started playing. I didn't even explain what I'm doing. The whole idea is you're using cards from your hand. They become resources. You exhaust them to play different cards on the table. Again, space will only be able to attack space. These ground units can only attack each other. That's why he never could attack my ship, because he never got a space unit out. But they could both attack the base. The second the base goes down to 0 life, you're done. You won. You're over. So it's kind of simple, but there is depth to it, which is nice. A lot of the cards have different things on it. So like again, this unit gets +2 while attacking with raid. This unit attacks, ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields, right? Sentinels like basically have to defend with it or whatever. R2-D2 does some stuff, you know, like they all do different things. Can't attack your non-Sentinel units or your base, right? So that's basically how that works. Lorcana is actually kind of the same rough idea, but a little bit more basic. Let's go, believers.
And his name is John C.
Let's go. Who else is hyped for WrestleMania? But yeah, Star Wars Unlimited. I think it's now Fantasy Flight's game top seller, or their best seller ever. Which, if that's the case, that's wild. That's already #1, and it beat out everything else. I think I saw someone post that. Let's go, believers. Dude, it doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often. Oops. What can we ink? But yeah, I don't know if anyone knows of a way to play this multiplayer with people. Quest. The big difference with this game is that to attack the other person, the card has to be exhausted. So like right now, my Dalmatian puppy is unexhausted, so they can't attack it. But this one, Kita, who's exhausted, can be attacked. That's kind of like the big difference with like Lorcana. But yeah, that's how this would work, and you just keep going. And basically, the way you win this game is you get up to 20 lore. So it's just you're continuously questing. So right here, it has like the one lore symbol, which is I can't show it. So to the right of all the text, there's like that little it looks like a diamond, but it's not a diamond. That's your lore symbol. So like they have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, they all have 1. So for what's this 1? So to the right of her name shows a circle with 2 and a shield with 2. So basically, she can attack for 2 and she has 2 life. The cost is the top left. The circle around that cost means you can ink it, which is what basically you can generate resources. Not all cards can be generated as resources. That's generally how this game works. One Piece will show if you show up to the channel on Friday, we'll show how to play it. I heard it took off like crazy. Dude, it's wild. Star Wars Unlimited, they did a great job of marketing it. They did a really good job. And I mean, Star Wars is just popular. You know what I mean? It's just popular. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but yeah. Make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. I think we're good. But yeah, it definitely took off. Lorcana took off. I mean, all like TCGs, man, just seem to be making kind of a little bit of a comeback. It seems like, which is kind of cool to see. Not I shouldn't say comeback, but they're just doing well. I guess is the right way to phrase it. Also, YouTube, do me a huge favor. If you have not hit the like button yet, make sure to. But yeah, it's cool to see. We're living in like the golden era of TCGs right now. And I know people are like, oh, they're really expensive and it's the worst. And I get it. I do get that argument. But it feels like everything's expensive. It feels like every single game I play is expensive now. Via join codes. Really? Wait, what's card? I have to look up card table. What's it called? Table Lorcana. Card table? Oh god, okay, this came up as a weird game. I did not want to be there. Card table Star Wars Unlimited. Yeah, let me know if anyone knows the website, the card table. Mark Duffy, how's it going? How are things, man? Things are good. I've just finished Risky Business for the first time upon your recommendation. It was great. I like it. I mean, yes, it's easy. It's not as good as Mutagen Formula, but I still think it's a fun scenario. I still enjoy it. So I'm happy you enjoyed it too, dude. That's awesome to hear. I think Zamkioti, haven't I said hi? Have you just popped in the chat? Hopefully you're doing well, man. Good to see you. I think TCGs are inherently very fun, but the big three, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon, are intimidating for new players in a way that a new game like Lorcana and Star Wars might not be. Yeah, no spaces before app. Oh, cardtable.app? Wait. There it is. Oh. Science Bros video I did was such a slog. Not necessarily hard, but boy, the goblins flipping at the wrong times. The old Star Wars collectible game from the 90s. That's amazing. I still... Oh, wait, I don't have my Pokemon cards. I actually have a bunch of Pokemon cards over there I have to open still. Ugh. I like Risky Business when you try to win as quickly as possible. Yeah. All right, let's check out card table. So, Marvel Champions. Okay. No connection to multiplayer server. Good. Use this button to unlock a scenario or deck. Okay, I could do that. Load deck from just on file. Oh god, I have to do things. I don't know. Excellent. Oh god, I exhausted everything. Oh no, it's way over there. Everything Mall, why are you over there? So yeah, you could play this on here. Risky Business is a good movie. I actually am a proponent of Risky Business. I think it. You like it? I like it. A bunch of mine are still at my parents' house in the US, but I played the game so much back in the 90s. When was the last time? Wait. When did you leave the US? I did not know you were originally from the US. Or did your parents just move to the US? I tried to get into Final Fantasy TCG locally and was overwhelmed by how much local community was willing to spend. There was I playing a pauper deck against all the legendary cards. I love Final Fantasy. It's my favorite video game series of all time. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's just, I heard the TCG is rough to get into. As far as what this is, that's the link. Did my bot just kick out my own link? Okay, good. Put it back in. Oh, I was about to yell at my bot. I want to make my thumbnail mirror for a Risky Business poster, but the sunglasses kept capturing too much of the reflection. Because you're making a lot of decisions, even if the scenario ends up being easy and you feel contributed to the easy play that makes sense. I have Tabletop Simulator and I use to play Power Ranger heroes on the grid. It works, but it's a lot of work. That's what I don't like about Tabletop Simulator. I want it all to be automated for me. I am lazy. I'm from the US. I lived in New Zealand for 10 years. Dude, did not know that, but that's really cool. I want to visit New Zealand. That's on the list. And I guess if I'm out that way, I should stop in Australia. Don't really want to, but I guess I should. But yeah, so this is card table. That's why I struggle with TTS, the lack of automation. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm really lazy. That's why I like video games. The video game does the work for me, and I appreciate that of the video game. I don't want to do things. Like just... Oh wait, no, why did that disappear? Come back. Oh god, no, I don't want that. Go, Captain America. Fly. Lord Havoc is going to teach me at some point though, and we might play some games on his stream through it. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm really excited to not be able to watch that because he streams at like 3 o'clock in the morning for me. And every time I get the alerts after I wake up, and I'm like, I'm tired. I missed it. But that's cool. Like I said, I had to do a lot for playtesting. It was exhausting. I really want to do the custom content and do Batman Superman team up. That'd be cool. Some of the custom content stuff is really, really, really neat. I'm a big fan of a lot of it and the work people put in for that. Liquid Snake, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry, I was looking at some of the comments on the videos. I was waiting for people to tell me more how wrong I was about things. If only they knew. If only they knew. Zom Quixote. So I just finished all of Next Evolution on Expert for the first time, and I know that the consensus is that the box is easy, but is it the easiest box? Because even on Expert, I didn't have that much of an issue. I think Sinister gave me the most resistance. I don't know if on Expert it's considered the easiest. I don't know if it's ever really been talked about, to be fair. On Standard, I think it's absolutely the easiest. I will fight anyone on that. I think on Expert, it's... People will try to make the argument that on Expert, it's hard. But they make that argument because it's so easy on Standard that like normal Expert feels like crazy. So, I haven't done an Expert in a while, so I feel like I should. So, I don't know. But it's definitely not hard. It's not hard. I think I gotta hate this song. I think it will be the next box will be harder though, I think. Missed an earlier part of the stream, but will you be live streaming some Age of Apocalypse this weekend? Maybe. Maybe. The problem is that I need to look at my order. I don't think my order has shipped yet. And if it hasn't shipped yet, it takes a little while to get to me because I live in the middle of nowhere. All right, hold on. I gotta find where the order is. I don't remember who I ordered it from. Oh, here we go. Awaiting fulfillment. So I got it from Game Nerds, and I'm still waiting for them to ship it to me. So they haven't even started the shipping process yet. Ooh. But that is to say, when I do get Age of Apocalypse, maybe I get it by Sunday. I will stream it the second I get it. And what we'll do is we'll do a couple games of Magic, a couple games of Bishop, and then go through the entire campaign. It's going to be, I'm preparing myself for once that comes out, it's going to be very long streams. Card Table lets you upload custom content before you print it. I love the custom Superman. It's awesome. It's easy. I've only played it twice, and the only time I lost was not paying attention to the rules at one point. But I never lost otherwise. In every other box, I've definitely lost a game or two going through on Standard. I think Rise of Red Skull is the next in contention for easiest. Zola Expert's no joke. And you know what, right? Red Skull is not that easy on Expert. But the rest is, yeah. Excuse me. I thought the main scheme could pop in one scenario, but then I realized it was a loss after it happened due to the game state. I think the first time we did it on this channel, I think it was scenario 2. The main scheme can pop, and if it does, it pops into a loss. And I was like, okay, just let it pop. And I want to say it was actually Drew that pointed it out. That was like, by the way, you lost. I was like, what do you mean I lost? It just goes in the 1B or 2B. It's right there. And he's like, no, read the card. Like, oh, yeah, I guess I should have done that. Rescue and Expert is tough? Yeah. Zola is my only worry for my Hulkaverse games, the Rise of Red Skull box, which, by the way, coming this Easter weekend. Let's go. Excited. I have to catch back up on a lot of people's Marvel Champions content. I haven't looked at a lot of things in a while. I saw Web Warrior Fanatic finally eclipsed 1K, which was good. Which is crazy because I feel like there was somebody named D20 Woodworking that said he would eclipse 1K before the end of March, and he was like, "No, that's crazy." Man, I know the algorithm. Get out of here. But I haven't seen other people's stuff yet, or recent stuff, I should say. Oh, wait, let me mute this. Card Table is excellent. I play Marvel Champions on my tablet on the couch. That's cool. Also, welcome Adam. Hopefully you're doing well. That's a good way to do it. I like it. Joshua Smeg. Joshua, you need to get indexed. Your thing never comes up. Made to 61. There's the link. Go subscribe to his channel. I've been loving my Spider basic deck. It runs so smoothly. It's awesome. Spider Basic is good. Spider is now what I need to play again sometime soon. Could be down to 50 for all I know. But hopefully once I send out the link, everyone just unsubscribes from you. No, don't do that. I found Strife to be more annoying than challenging. I don't like how he screws with the game's economy. Like, it's a neat concept, but in practice it just makes me keep track of another nebulous thing and do more math than I care. Strife, I don't think is hard. I think it's just more time consuming. I knew I hated you. My issue with Strife is, like, the idea is hard, right? That you count all the things in your hand and, like, it adds threat on whatever. But they, like, balance it out so much. Like, it's just too easy. It's easy and it's a pain to just do all the things. I like Mr. Sinister. I think Mr. Sinister was the most fun scenario they did. Toe-to-toe art is counterintuitive. Someone running away. Running away to punch them back in the face? Question mark? Also, welcome, Leon. Hopefully you're doing well, dude. Josh, I just will let you know, you're still at 61 subs. My influence means nothing to these people. I'm just a cheap form of entertainment. That's hard. Because we all know it's secretly true. My chat or my community engages me most when it's just them mocking me. Bought Scarlet Witch just for the aspect for Miss Marvel, but fell in love for Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is goated. I love Scarlet Witch. I like all the other scenarios in the box, even if they're easy. I don't like the first one. Whatever it is called. The Marauder. Not Marauder. What is it called? Whatever it's called. I don't like the first one. I find it very boring and very easy. Very easy. Yeah, Marauder or something. I like the second one. On the Run, I think is actually decent. Juggernaut, I like the theme of, and I think it's really fun, but Morlock Siege. Thank you, Keith. I think it's really fun, but I'm kind of bored of it at this point. Mr. Sinister, I like a lot, and Strife is just whatever. Just whatever. I don't even care about him. Just the problem is the hope. The fact that you have to force hope into everything ruins it for me. I don't know. JJ, hey, how's it going? Just drop in and say I think your toe-to-toe analysis makes perfect sense thematically. I approve. We explained it earlier. It makes sense rule-wise too. We'll see if it becomes a YouTube video. I have to figure out how to edit that. This is gonna be a mess because I was all over the place as usual. I get too hyped. Ow, jeez. Scarlet is not breaking top 10. I think you spelt that wrong. But I haven't played Scarlet in other aspects. I haven't mastered Chaos Control yet, and it's just making me milling the anime. Yeah. You just mill through her deck. It's great. Just gotta speed up your gameplay. But no, I love her. I actually like her in Aggression the most. I think she's the best in that. I actually want to try her in Protection because I haven't done that in a while. And that could be fun. Oh, excuse me. Morlock Siege, I get that. But I like playing Morlock Siege back to back with On the Run. Okay. I can see that. Mark Duffy, I would love to see more scenarios and scenario packs like Mugen Formula. I don't know exactly why, but I never get tired of ripping that through the snare. I get that. Mugen Formula I thought was really well done. That's why I do think Age of Apocalypse is going to be the best yet. Because I think Caleb is just in his stride right now. Sorry, D20. I know 6 languages, and English is not my first or second language. That's right. I barely know one, so English is my first and second language, and I fail it often. And yeah, it's a very important part of my job. My job is basically English. It's so funny. So, did you like the recent memes I posted? In the Reddit? In the Reddits? I don't see it. Or is it somewhere else that... Was it 4 days ago? Four days ago. That's like 7 years, basically, in internet time. Chad Groot, Virgin Ghost Spider. Chad Groot has like 10 growth counters to take a full hit, but only needs 1 to defend for 6. I defend for 3 and play some of the defense events, and now I'm ready. Wait, is this the only one that pops up? Oh my god, it's gonna make me go through each one. Iron Man playing Repulsor Blast. Best I can do is deal a damage and discard all your non-energy tuples. Spider-Man Peter is so OP. Spider-Man is so OP. I feel this. I feel this a lot. The essential piece of your kit or Maria. No, you pick Maria Hill. 100%. Game of staff killing the villain before he can finish his attack. Just love it. Love it. No, I always appreciate the memes. I was gonna say, because if you did it in the Marvel Champions one, I haven't looked at that one in a while. I have to read these still. I haven't read these yet. I have a Witch Protection deck that uses multiple man. It's great against steady stalwart villains where hex bolts sometimes don't have targets. But now you have a bunch of strong multiple men. That's actually smart. That's how like people did a lot with Doctor Strange, right? You didn't see the top of the Spider-Man one? Oh. Spider-Man is so ridiculously bad. You're right, I didn't see the top of it. Yeah. I feel like I'm in like the 14%. Like, I don't think he's ridiculously bad. I just don't think he's OP. I've been responding to a few of the Reddit things. Pyramid scheme, right? 100%. Now, I have to do our not Reddit reply. I have to record it tomorrow night, probably. So I'm going to do it off of the stuff in here. As influenced by the other Mystic I never play. Smart move. There's only one Mystic right now. Soon to be 2. Hopefully, I'm excited for Magic possibly being the second best Mystic in the game, so. Behind, obviously, Scarlet Witch. Witch. Mystic. Magic. That's what her name is. Witch. Magic. Adam Warlock. Trash Can. Dirt from the outside. Strange at the bottom. Seeing the full spoiler for Magic and she looks bonkers. I have still... So I know it's in the Discord, but it's like blurred out, so I don't have to see it. I still have not seen the whole spoilers yet, because obviously for my patrons and my YouTube members at the $10 tier, I do a hot take thing, and I want to like hot take it still. But like all I see is people are like, Magic looks bonkers and Bishop looks bonkers. And it's like weird. I'm not... Oh, geez, that was weird. I'm not overly hyped to play either of them. Like, I'm fine to play them. I think the thing is I don't need more heroes. I just want more villains. Like, I'm fine with the heroes. I mean, I'm going to buy them and, of course, play them. But I really just need more villains. Just calling Strange Trash Can? Yeah, basically. He's just Trash Can. Dr. Trash Can. I think she has a strong case for quickly joining S tier and dethroning at least one of the current heroes there. Interesting. JF, I'm planning to buy packs. Need help? Sure. What do you already have? what do you want to get from the packs? The long story short is you should either buy what interests you or I buy an entire cycle's worth of stuff. Generally, very generally speaking. Should I just find if you give him an extra encounter card, we need to see invocation deck. Give me all the heroes. You only play with one. Venom plus Psylocke or Mutant Genesis for the heroes, or Storm plus Cyclops. I would do, okay, so Venom makes the most sense if you have the other Guardian things. Psylocke, you're going to need the other, what are they? Not Mystic cards. What is it called? Psychic. Thank you. Psychic cards. Thank you. So you're going to want the other Psychic cards. So what I would say is, if you want to go the X-Men route, start with Mutant Genesis, and then just continue the X-Men cycle. Psionic cards from Gambit. I don't know who has the Psionic cards. I have to look that up. Because that I do not remember. I don't remember where anything comes from anymore. Wasn't that Jean Grey? Let's see. We'll see. Obviously, I know what's his face. Cable has them too. Chicken P. Psionic. This time. Okay. So, Psionic cards. What's mental detection? Oh, that comes from Psylocke. Okay, so Phoenix has mental paralysis. Oh, no, that's a Phoenix card. Phoenix, Psylocke, Phoenix. Okay, that's a hero event. Oh, wait. Why does this feel... Oh, wait. Class, okay. Does Phoenix, like, not have any? Okay. So, psychic manipulation. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, it is Phoenix. I'm sorry. It is Phoenix. Has a bunch of them. Psionic cards. Psylocke has some. Gambit just has X. That's the hero card. Cable should have some. These are allies. I didn't realize she's psionic. Huh. Interesting. So yeah. Before Sorcerer Supreme, wasn't that Jean Grey? I make my memes based off of personal experiences. The Iron Man repulsor blasting, Gambit staff, killing the villain both happened to me. I have everything until Guardians except for Venom. Next evolution since I love Domino. Deadpool and Wolverine for my Spyro. I buy packs lately for aspect cards of my favorite heroes. I would say just keep chipping along at that point. I buy packs lately for aspect cards for my favorite heroes. I had a whole aspect card series, and I haven't really done much with it recently, but Cyclops? I don't remember what comes in the Cyclops deck anymore. Alright, 4 allies, Danger Room Training. Oh, that's right, the tactic cards. Angel. I think Angel comes in a few things. Utopia comes in a few things. God, he really doesn't come with, like, cards I use. Yeah, he has, one Psionic one, ally. God, man, Cyclops really comes with cards I don't ever use. Like, Angel and Utopia I can get from other things. This is not the right couple. It should really be Wolverine and Jean Grey. We all know this. I don't use any of these. Man, that's crazy. I really thought I would have used more of those. I know. You don't use Blindfold? I did for a while. I mean, she's not bad by any means. But I haven't recently. Watch your series later. Appreciate it. I have to finish updating it too. I'm so behind. Beast for Ironheart fans. Beast. Okay. Oh, okay. I use Beast now and again, but I don't play a lot of leadership. I never use Dust. I don't use Rock. Rock Slide's way too expensive. Blindfold's good, but that's it. Now this deck is where it's at. Look at that. I don't think I use any of them. Psychic Manipulation I do use. I never use Storm. But I use these Psychic cards. Or Psionic cards, I should say. Spam her for X with Cerebro. What came with Wolverine? I don't even remember what came with half these cards anymore. Obviously a great aggression card. Actually, 2 great aggression cards. Warrior Skill is always fun. Precision Strike I like. Colossus, but I think there's multiple versions. Long Shot. My favorite cards in the whole game. It's so good. Ready to ally. The ally gets +2/+2 for the next basic door or attack phase. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Saying that xmen has so many 4-cost allies. They're almost useless except for a few heroes who are very rich. They really upped the ally cost curve later in the game. Do you still dislike Cyclops? He looks like he could be a lot more fun with a few different attachment cards come out. Iceman has a few? Yeah, I think Iceman does. I don't hate Cyclops. But he's still not on like my fun list. I still just thematically do not like him. The Master Blaster thing was probably the best way we played him. Past that, I'd rather play almost anyone else. This is actually a card I want to get back to the table. Storm. I haven't played Storm in a little while. And I really love Storm. Oh, Uncanny X-Men. Good card. To me, my X-Men. That was fun. Nothing will beat Symbiote Suit. Dude, it's great. To me, my X-Men. Yeah, search top 5 cards for a deck for an X-Men ally and put it into play. At the end of the phase, add it to your hand. It's a great card. Agree. It's great for Storm. This guy recently talked about how the economy-rich heroes work best well with leadership. Yeah. Rock Slide in Storm is fun, so he can get Retaliate 2 and have a ton of health. Re-ready with Hangar Bay to block multiple attacks, etc. Interesting. I don't think I've ever done... Rock Slide's protection, right? I don't think I've ever done Storm in protection. Like, ever. What was in Gambit? Gambit was all Justice stuff, right? It was all like Alter Ego Justice stuff. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of great stuff. Oh yeah, people were really hot on this card, Mutant Education. Problem was I'm never an Alter Ego. I have a great deck of Marvel CDB for It's Raining Multiple Men. Yeah, I think we've done It's Raining Multiple Men, and it's a really good deck. Make the call? Yeah, make the call is great. I know I can just read the update on you, but I'm still confused. You is usually your hero identity, right? Unless it's not applicable, then it's the player. Oh boy. It's a loaded question. You is you, except for when it's not you. Okay. 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 This is only 2 pages long. We could do this. Okay, so you. While resolving card abilities, if the word you can be resolved as referring to the player's identity, it must be resolved as such. This could be that the damage does to you, and then the player resolving the damage applies it to their identity. If the card deals indirect damage to you, or you take indirect damage, the player resolving that damage can assign the damage to characters in play under your control. If a card exhausts you, then it's you. If a card ability places a status card on you, the player puts that on their identity. So again, it doesn't have to be your hero. It could be your alter ego too. It's your identity, so which is both forms of it. So if card ability triggers from a game function that you perform, such as you attack and defeat an enemy, you have to do that, right? For abilities that trigger after enemy attacks you, this is the big one. You refers to the attacked player, even if that player defended with an ally. This is the thing that confuses the vast majority of players, is that they think if an ally defends an attack, that the ally was attacked. They were not. You were attacked. The ally stepped in the way of the attack. So if a bad card says, when the villain attacks you, they get like an extra boost card, and you defend with an ally, they're still attacking you. Now you have to watch the wording though, because sometimes it says after the villain attacks you and damages you, then something happens. So if you never got damaged during the attack, you don't have to worry about it then. It gets very confusing. But the big thing that screws, I think, with people is this exception, this thing in bright red. And then this talks about if you're resolving abilities and you cannot be resolved as referring to player identity, then it must be resolved in different ways. This is the one that talks about the extension of it. So events, resources, upgrades are an extension of yourself. Allies and supports are not an extension of yourself. And this all kind of refers to when some player cards are considered to be an extension. I'm so scared one of these days in my videos I'm going to just going to stuff up the you thing badly. Dude, I do it all the time. I'm sure I do. I really want to try Growing Pains on Marvel CDB. It's a group leadership deck that makes use of Medlab and Giant Man. That's fascinating. So much you. Retaliate doesn't trigger though, does it? If you block with an ally. Yours doesn't. But that's because of what Retaliate actually says. Hold on. Page 31. So it's after they are attacked, right? And hold on. Oh, wait. The character with the retaliate must survive the attack. So they're not attacking you. You're right. You wouldn't retaliate. This is where it does get very confusing. Also, welcome, Ryan. Hope you're doing well. After a character retaliate, X keyword is attacked. Deal X damage back. For abilities that trigger after an enemy attacks you, you refers to the attack player, even if that player defended with an ally. Right. This is just for abilities that refer to you being attacked. This is after they are attacked. It's very confusing. I still don't fully understand you. Ever. The inconsistency in wording and how complex it makes certain rulings is my least favorite part of the game. Dude. Look, I love the game. I'm happy with the retaliate shouldn't work, but it's the reason being, oh wait, the character with retaliate X must survive the attack, deal is damage. The order of resolution for abilities surrounding the retaliate keyword are follows. Here we go. Abilities that trigger after a character takes any amount of damage, then retaliate after the trigger that after the character is attacked or attacks. Yeah, I mean, it sounds weird, but that's just, I don't fully understand why it doesn't. I just know it doesn't. I don't fully understand rules. I guess a lot. But yeah, so Zamkyo, the inconsistency in wording and how complex it makes certain rules, my least favorite thing. We talked about this before. We're like, the first rule book was like 30 pages long, and now it's up to 56. It's wild. Fun fact, if the villain has the wording after the enemy attacks and damages you, like Sandman, another player should block, and if they get damaged, the response will not trigger. Oh, because you stepped in for it? Oh, that's weird. I never really thought about that. Retaliate in general is just like a weird one, too. But yes, so anyway, you is very confusing. I still understand you fully. Then is very confusing. Words that are very simple are the most confusing. Hold on. So I play Sandman. I mean, he did not damage me. It's my ally that got damaged. Right. Yeah. Because it would not be you getting the damage. It's funny that it doesn't even address you with retaliate. But yeah, it's all very, very confusing. Oops. That's not what I wanted to show. That was my table, which you had just seen into an empty coffee cup. This seems like the night to get D20 fired up over things. Okay. So, I love how many pool aspect cards they've added to this game since it's fully fledged 5th aspect and all the characters that came in after Deadpool. Oh, wait. Don't get me started on Deadpool. Don't even get me started on that. I'm still bitter about Deadpool. So if he deals more damage than your ally has health, the rest of the damage has to go somewhere. Yes. Cannot overdo damage on indirect. Yeah, I haven't touched Deadpool in the longest time. I only never want to. Actually, I don't even hate Deadpool. I just think he's boring. I hate the pool aspect. It's absolute trash. It's in the trash can where it belongs. Right next to Strange. I think I would rather play Strange than the pool aspect. I think that's where I am in my life right now. It's pretty sad. All right, chat. I'm getting exhausted. This is why I didn't do any like real gaming tonight, because yeah. I don't like joke stuff in board games. They never feel good, either winning or losing. What about Doctor Strange with the pool aspect? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Take something special for me to play Hulk pool? Yeah. What do you have against Strange? He's incredibly boring. I think he's the most boring hero in the game. And I like to play to be entertained, not bored. Hey Darth, how's it going? Rage Against Pool and Strange? Dude, we haven't even gotten started. Dylan, is Deadpool as a champion good or just the aspect is bad? As a champion, he's very powerful. Rush strategy, he's bonkers strong. I just hate the pool aspect. He's better without it, in my opinion. I like Deadpool until the moment I realize he has one play and anything else you do is like pretending like it doesn't exist. He has exactly the 2-card combo. It's just you play 2 cards over and over and over and over and over, and that's it. Like I don't know if people. I don't know if. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not even gonna get into that. First time hearing you and retaliate, but I guess everyone just plays the retaliate only works if the one defending or attacking is the one with the keyword retaliate. Yeah, I think the exception has more to do with something else. But it's all convoluted. How much do we have to pay for Strange Pool? Oh. A lot. Which pool is actually really fun? That sounds great. I'm really excited that people can play that and put those videos up online. He's envious that Strange can grow a beard better than him. That's why D20 won't grow his beard back. Sure, why not? I don't get the hate on Deadpool. I find the hero and the pool aspect some of the most fun I have with the game. Highly recommend pack for me. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing. If I hate something, it's because I hate it. Right? Like, if other people like things, cool. Cool. Like, 100% cool. I'm totally fine with it. I think it's awesome, and I think that's what makes this game so good, is that there's so many varied ways to approach this game, right? Because if we all did the same exact thing, it's kind of boring then. So the fact that there are so many heroes, there's such a diverse cast of heroes, that no matter how you play the game or enjoy the game, you could probably find some heroes that'll help you out and like make it a lot of fun for you, right? Which is awesome. Deadpool is just not that for me at all. Rush strategy, basically avoiding any interaction with the game. It's inherently boring, especially for a solo cooperative game. Look, I like Rush to a point, right? The problem is Rush strategy is indifferent of what your hero is. And that's my issue with it. The strategy with Rush, generally speaking, I don't care what hero I have because I'm playing the Rush cards. I'm not playing the hero. To me, that's what makes it boring. We need more villain scenario packs with difficulties like Ronin Magneto to counter the latest OP heroes. I think luckily we're gonna get it. There's a lot of people that are talking about that Age of Apocalypse, Final Apocalypse, not Third Apocalypse, is gonna be bonkers hard. I think it will. I think it'll be really good. So I think we'll get some more difficult villains. I also think Ronin now suffers from people just saying he's really difficult when he's not as difficult as he is anymore. One man Deadpool trash is another's treasure, like his take with Valk. I thought we all agreed Valk was the GOAT. Can I say this? Yeah, I think I can. I did a video with Nelson, and hopefully it's coming out soon. I don't know when it is. He gives me a couple minutes to explain why Valk is the GOAT. I have to say, it's impressive. So, be on the lookout at Nelson's channel when I'm featured on it. Feel that's the reason why I like Lorcana? Yeah. Lorcana's amazing. Age of Apocalypse looks tough for sure. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good. Meant to be Hulk? No. I like Hulk a lot, though. I like Hulk a lot. But yeah, and to be honest, between Deadpool and the pool aspect, I think I just hate the pool aspect more. I think he's guilty by association. Again, I don't love Deadpool by any means, but the pool aspect I can't stand. It's like fetch. When I keep seeing more and more people play pool decks, and they're like, no, it's actually really good and fun. To me, it's like trying to make fetch happen. It's just not going to happen for me. I don't care how fun the deck is. I've never played a single game using the pool aspect, and I've tried a bunch of the different decks off camera, and it's just not good. Have you done any how to deck build videos? Hey Tricky, how's it going? I've done one. It was really early on. It's what helped make me grow. So it's like 2 years old. I could do it again. I think that's actually worth doing again. I just gotta figure out how I deck build. But yeah, we could do that. I feel like I have a very weird approach to deck building. So maybe it's worthwhile because of that. Because the big argument for a lot of people is, do you deck build for the hero? Do you deck build for the villain? Or do you deck build for the possibility of different villains? And I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think everyone just kind of approaches it differently. But yeah, it's definitely something I think we could do in the future. Just lost my page. There we go. I find myself overwhelmed, so I wouldn't mind a few videos on that. Villain Theory Cable Pool Ambush deck was pretty cool. Sounds fetch. Drewness. I think it depends on your playstyle. For me, Rush is really fun because you're trying to win before the scenario can scheme out or kill you, or an appropriate level of difficulty scenario. It's really exhilarating. I build to handle as many villains as possible and adjust depending on what is needed. That's interesting. Thing with Ronin, I feel that you can't really play whatever hero you pick the way it wants you to be played. You can try playing, I don't know, Rocket, but you have to make it as Rush as possible. Rush is obviously the strongest against Ronin. The secret of Ronin is you add Hope. You take out the optional mod and put in Hope. I'm terrible at deck building, hence why I just go check out Marvel CDB, find popular and interesting decks and play it. I don't think I'm that good. I think I'm mid at best. I largely deck build for the hero, but tech and cards for the villain if need be. Interesting. I love Iron Man's combos and that ramp up at the beginning to get OP. It's always fun to pull off. That is a lot of fun. Iron Man was really well done. All the original heroes were really well done. Deck building is not an appealing aspect for me, or appealing part of it. Strange is the only hero I don't own due to him being absolute trash. I agree, Alan. Wait, is that what you said? No, I think a lot of people are having a hard time finding Strange and Captain America, right? Like, you could buy them off of Amazon, but I think they're like 20 to 30 bucks, which is stupid. The thing about deck building is the better decks just need more time to test them. Deck building is definitely a process, but anytime you change a card in your deck after playing a game, that's deck building. Yeah, so I mean, you know, Drew can say this because he's one of the best deck builders out there. And I just steal his decks and then I complain that it didn't do what I wanted it to do. But yeah, I mean, it really is. Like, for me, I've always in my entire life been a trial and error guy. So I will literally build something, try it against a villain, watch it fail, figure out what failed, and then just start replacing those cards. So really, it's I play the game and I take note of what did I play and what didn't I play. If I didn't play the cards, why did I not play the cards? What did I play? Why did I play those cards? And then what did I wish I would have had to play? And I take those wish cards and I put them in for the cards I didn't play. That's basically how I deck build. Over and over and over and over I do that. I see Strange in stores over here. That's crazy. Yeah, in the States, it's really hard to find right now for some reason. I want expansion packs for more suits for Iron Man. I have more D20 calling Spider-Man not strong and Web Warrior Fanatic crushed expert Venom Goblin with only basic. It's because Venom Goblin's easy. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the little secret of Marvel Champions. Any hero can beat any villain. You have to build a very specific deck for it, but it can be done. I will also say that Web Warrior Fanatic is exceptionally good at the game and deck building. That's really the process of deck building games that makes them fun and replayable. I always feel like there's people that just understand it better than me and like can inherently see things that I can't, right? And they're just like, oh no, like if I do this and this and this and this will be a thing. Like even when like people think about everything, like when new stuff is announced, people automatically go, okay, if I pair this up with this and this and this, like this should be really cool. And I feel like I never get to that point. Do you think they'll eventually release a sort of return to for old heroes? Definitely adding new hero specific cards and resign those heroes. I do not think they will do a return to. I want them to. I want them to call it What If, and I want them to do it. I don't think they'll do it though. The reason being is severalfold. One, I don't think they'll redesign old heroes because they don't have the time to really go back. They just don't. I don't think they'll ever re-release heroes because there's no sense because they have the stuff, so they're going to make you buy that. I think they have done it with Nightmare Packs in Lord of the Rings and Return to Boxes Arkham Horror. Both of them were canceled before the series was ended because, generally speaking, they do not sell well, is the problem. So while I want it to happen, I don't think it ever will. How much you practice play it? I can never match D20's efficiency playing Valkyrie, but I play Hulk so much, I kind of just instinctively know what I should do. That's a good point, too. When you play a lot of heroes over and over and over, I know that, like, Scarlet Witch or Valk, like, what cards are going to work and what's not going to work. Hey, Kenny, how's it going, man? How you doing? Winding down for the night? Yeah, I was going to leave like 20 minutes ago, but they just kept asking questions, so here we are. What are we doing well, man? 0% chance to go backwards? Agreed. Pretty sure Caleb has said they're not going backwards. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to. They just don't have a big enough staff to do it. And again, I want them to. They just won't. And what they're gonna do with like quote unquote old bad heroes is what they've kind of done with like the Plan B card or like the other cards that have come in that have changed the metas for older ones. You can always custom or house rule if you want a specific hero to quote unquote be better. Yeah, definitely an approach. But yeah, they've released like Asgard cards right after the fact because Thor was trash and they needed him to be as good as Valkyrie, so they came out with more Asgard cards, and now he's better, right? Limitless Dynamite, exactly. I always love it. But yeah, I think they'll just continue to do that. I think shield cards was a big thing that like changed a lot. Better, but not as good as Valk. No one is. I mean, that's just when you hit perfection with game design, you're just never gonna do it again. You can only be perfect once, except in bowling. I guess you can be perfect multiple times. It's not a competitive game, so there's really nothing really stopping it. Zom, I will let you know the thing that stops it. It's my YouTube viewers. If I house rule anything, they get mad at me. I mean, I love all the viewers on YouTube. I really do. I really appreciate it. Without them all, it would not be where I am today doing what I'm doing. But if I do anything that's not strictly by the rules, they slaughter me. They slaughter me online. So, I got that going for me. Torches and pitchforks. Exactly. They hit perfection with Hulk way before. I mean, they know players never hold on to cards the next round, so why not making a character ability to get rid of them? So, fun fact with that. So when I first played the game, the very first time, all right, I've often talked about how like initial game rules I've gotten wrong. The one that I got wrong in the beginning was I used to do villain stage 1, villain stage 2, villain stage 3, right? Back to back to back. I thought you had to beat all 3 stages. It took me a while to realize that was not the case. So that was one of the rules. The other rule I actually got wrong was I thought if you didn't play all your cards, you had to throw them away. I was playing the Hulk rule before Hulk came out. Then Hulk comes out and his ability says you have to throw away your cards. And everyone's talking about how bad this was. And I was going, isn't this how you normally play? And I realized it wasn't supposed to be how you're playing. So there was a solid like month or two where I was just playing. I was just throwing away my cards if I didn't play them. So I cycled through the deck a lot. It was really fun. What house rules would you do? I only play with one house rule. And what it is if you're playing with a hero, if you're playing with 2 heroes whose signature allies are each other, I put the team up card in instead of the signature allies. So for example, if you have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, I will take out each other's signature ally and put in their team up card in each of the decks. Because I just have a dead card I can never do anything with. So why have it? So that's the one thing I do. I use Gideon's gaming rules for Hulk. Excuse me, I have to take a cough drop. My throat's killing me. I haven't done as much talking in forever, chat. Usually we just stare at each other. He was really powerful and set up his board way before Black Widow. Although she may not set up as much with her prep cards, always cycling, I thought OP. Is Groot and Rocket still the only heroes with no ally in their base 15? No. Storm doesn't have one either. Drax does. Storm doesn't. Somebody else doesn't. I've actually got a notebook full of custom stuff I'd like to convert into real stuff at some point, but I'm lazy. I have custom Ninja Turtles and Angela and Loki that I'd like to start playtesting. That's awesome. How would you go with Gamora versus Nebula? Yeah, I don't know what you would do with that. That is the one. Maybe just put in a resource card or something. That's a good one. I do like the house rule to team up with Saint Ally, but the strict rule nut in me doesn't let me do it. I rarely do it on stream, if ever. Venom doesn't have one. Ghost Spider doesn't. Miles Morales doesn't, right? Ironheart got Braun. Does Psylocke have one? I don't play a lot of Psylocke because she's mid. Oh yeah, it's Angel, right? Never mind. Angel, yeah. Hulk doesn't have one. Oh, I'm going through them all now. Hulk sad and lonely gets so angry. Nova? Nova has Miss Marvel. That's right. Spider-Man has Captain America, which should definitely be a hero. Lonely Heroes only playthrough. War Machine is Iron Man. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's all of them. Valkyrie has a support pretending to be an ally. I know, right? Domino doesn't have one? Really? Does that mean neither does Cable? Oh yeah, Cable doesn't have one either. It's not Deadpool, which is interesting. No, Domino has Outlaw and Diamondback. She has two. Mellow Mo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Ms. Marvel has an ally and most of her extended family. Black Cat's a hero. Do I want so bad? There is so... Okay. There's only a few things I want from this game still. I want another Spider-Man wave. I want Black Cat. I want Spiders-Man. Right? I want all of it. I want all the weird stuff. I would like 6 cycles of Spider-Man stuff. If I had to survive 3 cycles of X-Men, I want at least 3 more cycles of Spider-Man. Okay? That's one thing I want. The second thing I want is Howard the Duck. He deserves it. Right? He deserves it. The number one thing I want though, okay. So here's a little like insider baseball. Fantasy Flight Games knows who I am, but they will not work with me for whatever reason. Maybe they just don't want to. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe they're trying to figure out the right time. Right? But all I want in life is I want this game to finish with the greatest hero of all time, which chat's already saying is Kool-Aid Man, obviously. Please let me announce this hero. That's all I ask for Fantasy Flight Games. Everything else would be forgiven in the past. Just let me announce Kool-Aid Man. I think I deserve it. I have increased your sales of Valkyrie tenfold by me just hyping her up. Just give me Kool-Aid Man. And let me introduce Kool-Aid Man. I could do it in a fun way. It could be really cool. Just saying. I'm new to Marvel Champions and becoming obsessed. I've been loving your videos so far, dude. I appreciate that, Melamo. I'm happy. It makes me happy. How much did you get already? Did you dump all your life savings or just like half of it? Wait till I get you into TCGs. It's a downward spiral. Would Kool-Aid Man have his own aspect? I feel like he should. I feel like he should. The cool aspect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even care what it would be. But now I want it. Let him also be bonkers broken. More broken than strange. We need him to be a problem. For sure we do. He should be the most insane hero ever. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just one Kool-Aid man. Cool aspect? I'd be fine with that too. Cool aspect, yeah. I think we're on to some. I think the entire wave. Okay, hear me out. This is my insane theory. Okay, this one they probably won't do. Right, this one's a little nuts. But hear me out. What if the Kool-Aid box, right? Is you get two heroes. Red Kool-Aid Man, purple Kool-Aid Man. Okay, red one, purple one. Next hero pack, green Kool-Aid Man. Next one, blue Kool-Aid Man. Next one, I don't know, just something else. And we just keep coming up with different colored Kool-Aid Mans. Kool-Aid Man's all the way down. That'd be really cool. I think people would really buy that. There'd be at least one person buying all the Kool-Aid Mans. Beasto, how's it going, man? Made it right at the end. Good job. Hopefully you've been doing well, man. It's good to see you. Hostess hero wave with all the hostess ad versions of heroes and villains. Like 3 expansion 6 villains, 1 scenario pack so far because of sales, and don't judge me. Just open the core and a few heroes, and now about to start Rise of Red Skull. I don't judge at all. If people understood what I've done in the past for nightmare packs, I would never judge. Who's Kool-Aid Man's nemesis? Small child drinking Kool-Aid. Coneheads is also a Marvel comic. Throw that in. Why not? Let's get weird with it. Green Kool-Aid Man would be so hype. I know, right? They have to save that for last. Can't believe the next box is almost out. Need to play next evolution. I won't ask you more rules questions. You can ask as many as you want. Honest to God. Does not bother me. If anyone has it. Does the teamwork leadership card work with Avengers Assemble? Is the teamwork the new one? Is that the new one? No, that's Sidekick I'm thinking of. Never mind. Sorry. Okay. Oh my God. I can't spell Marvel Champions right. Let me look at... Teamwork. What is teamwork? Okay. Teamwork. Desktop. Red cool. I like it. Elvin, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Tell you, it won't be a wall. All right. So, does teamwork leadership card work with Avengers Assemble and Leaf in the front? Okay. When you use one of your basic thwart powers, exhaust an ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to your hero's power. Okay. Ready each Avenger until... Yes. Yes. Drew, take care. I'll have to play Magic. Oh, you also don't like money, do you? So, this would stack. Yes. So, you exhaust your Avenger. Your ready's up. Now, the Avenger gets +1/+1. Now, if you exhaust that ally, technically they do have the +1, so they would increase. So they would stack for sure. What's the point to teamwork? That basically you're using your ally's thwart or attack with yours, so they don't take consequential damage. That's really what it's for. But yeah, they should stack for sure. What was the other card? Leaf in the front. Each character that player controls gets +1/+1 to the end of the phase. Yeah, this will work too. Because it's just they get it from the end of the phase. Or you don't have to discard from Marvel Boy. Or Blade, right? After he thwarts or attacks. And he's not thwarting or attacking, right? Yeah. So you could do blade too. Teamwork is decent. I don't think I've ever used teamwork. Work with Cable being only one to thwart his player side scheme. Oh, you mean if you're a Cable hero to bump it up? That's true too. Especially those who have 2 cons, like Wolverine Colossus. Yeah. If everything gets cut from decks, because there's so many good leadership cards. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, isn't there another one that does it that's like similar to this, but slightly different, I guess? Building an Iron Man deck while watching your stream. Teamwork has energy resource for him. Throwing it in there. Nice. I thought there was another. Oh, wait. No, is the other one just another teamwork? Wait, is there actually 2 teamworks? Am I just thinking of... Oh, yeah. Thor has one. I think I'm just thinking of this teamwork. Look at the same exact thing. Just a different picture. Exhaust your hero. Ah, yeah. Okay, there's one. Team Strike. Exhaust your hero and any number of X-Men allies. Wait, what's the difference between this and Teamwork? Oh, exhaust an ally. Versus this is any amount of them. So it's kind of weird that's an aggression card, but I guess it makes sense. If it was leadership, it'd be like way too bonkers strong. And it's just for attack. Huh. Man, you do that with like something gives everyone +1 attack. Psh. Oh yeah, that's true. It deals the damage among enemies in play. That is true. Dang, I should do that more. I just never do aggression ally builds. I feel like boot camp and storm. Yeah. Yeah, boot camp. Get rid of these rulings. We don't need them anymore. What did you play tonight? We played Talk About Toe to Toe. All we've done is talk tonight. I have all the Marvel Champion stuff out, but we never touched it. And by out, I mean just the boxes. I didn't show this yet. I redid my token organization, so now it's in four of these big ones and 2 of the small ones. It's a lot of tokens. I have to do another token and what's the other thing? Divider order soon. If I try deck building myself, I'll see a card and go, oh, that sounds cool. Oh, wait, X-Men only. Or, oh, sweet, I'll do this. No, wait, Ariel only. My daughter won't play until there's a Squirrel Girl hero deck. I want that so bad. There's a really good fan-made Squirrel Girl deck. Tackle box, I thought about getting some stuff on game trays. Should get him. What is novels beating you at this Friday? One Piece. We're doing One Piece. Figure out toe to toe, my favorite card of the game. Okay, can I just make a small confession? If and when, because I am 75% confident that Fantasy Flight Games is going to rule the way I think they're going to. Or they're going to have to go through some crazy illogical leaps. I am so excited for the video that will come out. That will be basically, I told you so. It's just going to be me gloating. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be really ugly. I'm just going to prepare you all for that. I love the small ones. I need one for each game. Dude, I have so many of these boxes. I have 2 of these for Arkham Horror and then 1 for Lord of the Rings. And I have smaller ones too. And they hold some Team Covenant tokens, which I think I'm just going to give away the Team Covenant tokens and boards. I got to figure it out. I'm not 100% sure. Deal 1 damage to each enemy when she flips the hero form. Don't we have something like that? Oh, we have She-Hulk that does damage, but not to each one. Into Squirrel tokens. I like that. Anything that lets me spend money on tokens, 100% for. But yeah, so novels will be playing against me in One Piece. I think we're pretty evenly split. We're gonna be doing new starter decks. So we have to do that, which I'm hyped for. I think I have to show the video of me unboxing them too. I haven't done that yet. Ooh. Ooh. Also, can I make a quick thing? So I don't know how many people watched I don't know how many people watched or listened to, I should say, Shadow of the Cast when I was on it. But I made a point that whenever I surpass Nelson, I'll do a stream. So he currently has 5.81 subscribers. Right? Very impressive number. Very, very good. Finally surpassed him. So with that being said, I have to eventually set up, once it gets a little bit warmer, we will have a stream where I do woodworking. Because that was what we had to do. So we will do a woodworking stream at some point. It'd be fun to do a random second tier box and cycle of heroes. No theme that ties them together. Just that they weren't included in the Avengers Guardians. I'd be for that. Yeah. Probably won't make it this weekend. Traveling to see family for Easter. Say hi, Novels, for me. I like her far more than you. Doesn't everyone? That's why we bring her on. She doesn't even like doing this. Just do it because everyone likes her more. Just kidding. She loves it. She loves live streaming. She actually does. Still going? Barely. I have so many friends who enjoy playing board games, including these card games, but they refuse to try Marvel Champions because of the theme. You know what's funny? I get that. Sorry, my throat's bothering me. I get that because I didn't play Marvel Champions when it first came out because of the theme. I don't like Marvel stuff, generally speaking. That's not true. How to say this as correct as I can. After Thanos died, Marvel died to me. I do not like, with the exception of like Spider-Man, I do not like any of the Marvel movies coming out since. I don't like a lot of what it's become. I don't care for a lot of it. It's just not for me, right? Whoa, spoilers. Spoiler alert. I'm just kidding. He's fine. So, where was I even going with this? Oh, theme. So because of like stuff like that, I just don't care about the theme as much. It's not a big thing. Until somebody else that I trusted tried the game and was like, nah, it's actually really good. And I was like, oh, okay. So I bought it on sale and I was like, oh, sweet. So that's how I got into it. But I get it. I like the Lord of the Rings theme so much more. The same with Arkham Horror. I don't like HP Lovecraft stuff. I do not like any of it. But man, it's a good game. You'll make Marvel tokens out of rare African pinkwood? If only if I had it. I don't even know what we're going to make. I have no idea. It was make a... I don't even know. I don't even know how to get the streaming equipment out to the garage. Tell them to play Lord of the Rings because it's a better game, better theme. I mean, yeah, it's tough for a newbie to get into. Would you have played DC Champions? Sure. I'm not like a DC versus Marvel type person. Like I don't care about one over the other. But if it's a good game, I would play it. I agree with you, D20. Thanos killed the MCU like he wanted. Thanos actually won. That was the moral of the story. Thanos actually won in the end. There's a really nice Team Strike deck with Wolverine. Nice. He has some good decks. What I think will be the next wave, Fantastic Four. I've said it for so long. So there's 2 hills I'm about to die on. 3, actually, because the toe-to-toe is going to be a hill I'm about to die on too. Fantastic Four is one of them. right? I don't know why. It's just my gut is gonna be Fantastic Four. I'm worried I'm wrong, but my gut says Fantastic Four. I think Toto is going to go the way I think it does. And the other hill I'm going to die on is... I just lost my train of thought. I don't even know. I started reading other things. I don't know. I'm sure there's one. I'm pretty into Marvel, even though I get fatigued by the theme. There's way too many Marvel games. There's a lot of Marvel games. I don't love X-Men. Like, they're not like I like the movies just fine, whatever. The other is Kool-Aid Man. No, that's just fact. That's not even a hill. Just we know that's fact. So what were we talking about? Oh, Marvel games. I don't really care for X-Men. I'm happy they did it for the people that really wanted it. I'm really happy it's over. I'm really happy we can move on. But I still want like 6 cycles of Spider-Man. Oh, the other hill. I just thought of it. The other hill I'm about to die on because I'm about to lose. I'm hoping I don't, but the 4th villain. It's technically the 4th, or not the 4th hero. Technically the 4th hero pack of this cycle. People are still debating. I still think it's gonna be Mystique. I'm gonna die on that hill until they announce it's gonna be Magneto. But until then, Mystique. They could totally throw a curveball with Shield for another Spider Wave. I'd be fine with Shield stuff too. I would like a refresh for Shield because I'm tired of playing it. It's fun, but I'm tired of playing it. Midnight Suns in the future, I hope. My friend's a huge Doc Doom fan, so Fantastic Four would be really cool. That would be new. I want Fantastic Four because that means we get Doctor Doom. What if they didn't do it? Just like they didn't do Onslaught. I pretty much only like X-Men and Spidey stuff. The rest I can take it or leave it. The Spidey stuff is my favorite. Past that, I like the old Avengers stuff, I guess. They did try Lord of the Rings and Arkham, but the games were so much more demanding than Marvel Champions. I do agree. I tried to sell that Marvel Champions was a condensed version of those games, but it generally throws them off. I get that. X-Men is good, but the rest of the Marvel appeals to me much more. Out of the games, Marvel Champions is just the best for me. Yeah, I get that. Right down the hill, the last hero is Emma Frost. I'd be happy with Emma Frost. It looks like Human Beast with his legs crossed and reading a book. Yeah, but Human Beast isn't in the Apocalypse storyline. That's the only problem with Human Beast argument. Snortscopium. Did you play the PlayStation Spider-Man games? Like the new ones? I played the first one. I never played the second one. I like the first one. If no Doom, I riot. Given the AOA campaign comic, I'm more certain than ever they're doing Magneto. I think it's a very safe bet. There's no way that it's Mystique disguised as Senator. You're crazy. It's definitely Morph disguised as a Senator. Spawn would be fun. I don't know. Isn't Omni-Man? Did they just put Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat? That's the only way I know of Omni-Man. Max, Angela, and Midnighter, I don't know. I think it's either Emma Frost or Polaris. My big hill I was dying on was that it's going to be a female. I find it very, very hard to believe they're not going to have equal amounts of men and women. I find it very hard to believe. I'd be shocked. That's what throws me off too. But that's the only thing. And like, I know there's a lot of people that are just like, hold on, because we'll bring it up. There's a lot of people that go, well, you know, before they didn't have it, before they had, right, this cycle, right, this had more males than females, and Guardians Most Wanted also did. But people forget that after this was finally announced and done, right? The amount of rage that happened online from this, because this game was finally getting, the game was finally getting a lot of hype, and people got really upset that it was not gender parity. People got really upset. And Fantasy Flight Games, this whole thing of how they promise to do better and whatnot, and that they won't make that mistake again, and all that whatever stuff. And then since then, it has been gender parity. I find it, I mean, it's just, people just don't remember how much backlash they got. They got a ton of backlash for it. So, long story short. It's always disappointing when they don't do the 50-50 gender split. Yeah, but they've always done it, generally speaking. When the community went after them is when they started doing it. Also, welcome, Marvin. I don't think I said hi yet. Especially Emma Frost is pretty popular. It's not like you can say there isn't good choices. For sure. There's a ton of good choices. The problem is, I feel like there's a lot of, like, huge name X-Men. And Next Evolution, like, you like, maybe should have just been X-Men. Or they should have just done 3 waves of X-Men. But Beast is the last of the OG X-Men. Yeah, but he's not in the Age of Apocalypse comics. I agree. People want Beast, but he's not in the comics. Or he's not in the comics that way. Emma Frost is yeah. Probably expecting Nebula in place of Venom. It's possible. Then they would just have the issue in the next cycle. They shouldn't have given in. Anyone saying that is insane. Just what it is. Just what it is. Just what this space is. I'd be shocked if they don't break gender parity for Fantastic Four. We've talked about in the stream how they can still do it. I don't think they'll break it. I do not think. I just don't. Done 3 of just X-Men. Angel should have been an X-Men.
Hey, ooh, baller. Long
Hey,
time no
ooh.
see. How you been?
Hey, ooh. Whelp Cakes, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. I feel like it's been a day or two since you've been in here. Both of you doing well, man. I'm doing great. But I agree. I think there should have been 3 waves of X-Men. I think it would have solved so many of their problems. And I don't know if just they didn't want to make Deadpool an X-Man or X-Men or something. I don't know. To get us used to it? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I will be interested that if they break it, I want to see what the online quote unquote backlash will be. I'd be really kind of fascinated. I hope there's none, so they can move on from it and they just make the most interesting heroes possible, male or female. I don't care. I don't care. They can come up with a whole female wave. I don't care. Just make the heroes fun. Just make them fun. That's all I ask for. Just got done with the prologue in Earthborn Rangers. How you liking it? They could definitely return. Oh, I'm sorry. So ready to be back home in gaming. Yeah, you've been away for a long while, right? They could definitely return to another whole 3 X people waves. It all depends on how the contract is. It all depends on how the contract is. Because I know with this stuff, the reason they did 3 in a row is because they had to get a special licensing contract for it. Deadpool is everything and nothing. Deadpool is their big seller. And anecdotally, Deadpool sold a lot. I've been wanting Magneto in a lot of forms ever since Mutant Genesis came out. Yeah. But we've had this before, right? Where people really wanted something else. Was there something else? Oh, Loki. Loki's been asked about forever. Agree with you, D20. As long as the heroes are fun, to me, gender is meaningless. 100% agree. 100% agree. Defenders box next. I think they're going to hold off in Defenders. I think they need to hold off because Daredevil is the next big thing. And they need to save as much time as possible before that. I doubt Magneto will get as much hate as a random Venom did. You'd be shocked. I think you'd be shocked. Most people that complain don't even really like the game that much, so. What gender, color your character is and not how their play power is. It's crazy times we live in. It's crazy times. Arkham lineage for sure, but the changes seem good at first glance. Nice. Actually, it'd be kind of funny if the Arkham lineage is stronger now that they hired MJ. Where my handsome Loki hero deck? Maybe one day. Eddie Brock Venom? I think they will at some point. I think they will at some point. That's why I still think there is a maximum Carnage cycle at some point. Daredevil, Elektra, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage cycle? For sure. Hot take, Marvel Champions needs a what if cycle? I personally thought what if should be like the return to boxes. They'll never do it. They will never do it. But I think they could have been done. I'm honestly at the point where if Daredevil is in the next 3 cycles, they'll lose me. I'm barely even hanging on at this point. Ever since X-Men started, my champion's playtime has dropped really significantly. Yeah. Look, as a content creator for this game, I will continue making content until the game dies or I die before it, which hopefully doesn't happen because I don't think the game is going to last that long. I don't think the game's going to die, quote unquote, anytime soon, but I definitely think they're on near the end. Not near the end. They're working toward the end. I think there is a problem when you have too many heroes. I do think there's a problem with that. Because why keep investing in it? Eddie Brock, Black Cat, and Silk are the 3 I want. I'd be 100% for that. Recharge your batteries, man? What? How dare you try to make sense? Rhino had the Infinity Gauntlet? Love it. This game is supposed to last 200 years. I know, right? After they released the Marvel What If series and the DC Champions, representation in games is good. I'm all for the parody, even if it's a bit goofy. Them trying to have them perfectly matched. It's the problem with it is, look, yes, you can have representation in games, right? It's fine. Absolutely fine. I think it's good. It's inherently good. I have never ever looked at a superhero game and been like, man, I'm the superhero. Like, it's just, I don't know. Just never really seen it because it's just you're playing a different character than a thing. Right? Like, you're not, I don't know. Most of them look like you. But it doesn't matter. Like, I don't look at Captain America and think that's me. Right? And the notion that I can't play Black Panther? Because what? He doesn't look like me? Best what if issue, Venom possessed the Punisher. It was lazy, it was violent, I was a child, it was close. I love it. Jessica Jones and Daredevil from Defenders, Crystal and Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four, Blade and Elsa Bloodstone from Midnight Suns are the heroes I want. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of heroes in there I don't really know. Then they try to make a more elaborate campaign system. I mean, I think they've done a good job of evolving the campaign system. Right? I think they've done a good job of that. Especially when you look early on, the campaign system wasn't supposed to be in there, and Andy Navarro wanted them to put it in, right? So it was never supposed to be in there, right? The campaign system. So Andy Navarro had them throw it in for the Rise of Red Skull at like the last second. So that's why that's in there. And I think they've done a good job evolving that. You know what I mean? And so it would be cool to see them keep doing it, but I don't know if it's ever like the main feature of it. You know what I mean? How about Inhumans? I don't know enough about the Inhumans. I don't know enough, sadly. All right, enough chat. But yeah, so I think the campaign system will be, I think it's always evolving and good. But we have X-Men at home. I feel like I should learn more about the Inhumans. Gonna get D20 canceled? Who knows? Maybe. Yeah, we could go on for a while, but it's not worth having the discussion. The plan's finally coming to fruition. Darth, I can't even read what that is. Jokes on them, if his Twitch ain't banned, he can keep talking. As long as there's a platform, right? And Humans didn't have a Saturday morning cartoon show about them, so I know nothing. Didn't they have a TV show that was like really bad? Or I don't know. I don't know if it was really bad. Medusa's the queen of the Inhumans. Was the show really bad? Oh, it's a 4.9. That doesn't seem great. Seems pretty bad. Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak. I've heard of these quote unquote heroes. All I want is like an app for a progression mode. D20 ukulele apology video. God, that was so bad. That was an incredibly bad video. Tell me more about how marketing makes content for Disney. Marvel TV show that was bad. Episode 1, they cut off her hair to save special effects. Actually, that's genius. That's just being smart about things. Inhumans were less than a side note until Marvel decided they wanted to replace X-Men. They say why? Like why they replaced it? Medusa's power is having her living hair, so naturally they cut it all off for the show. Wait, it's actually like a thing they did in the show? I thought you were just kidding. Josh is on the same boat as me. They have Samson's hair they shaved Samson's hair to save money. Wait, like biblical Samson? Is that what you're talking about? Because the X-Men's rights were... Okay, that makes sense, Bats. Speaking of shows, I've been binging the Man in the High Castle on Prime. I feel like I watched the first season or two of it, and I moved on past that. I feel like it was really hyped in the beginning. Here's the pitch. We should use Gen AI to write the intro, the music, the plot, the trailers. Wait, fire everyone. We can save money while speeding up the heat death of the universe. I've been watching 3 Body Problem. God, you all watch things I've never heard of. Three Body Problem is a book. Was it a good book? They tried to push Inhumans in the comics to boost their move to the MCU. They canceled a bunch of X-Men comics, like my favorite Generation X. God, it makes me sad I never got into more of the comic book space. Because I feel like there's so much there I could have like been more a part of or whatever. I just never was. Oh. Shogun is great. I'm rewatching the original MacGyver because I'm old. Dude, the original MacGyver is so good. I don't care what anyone says. It's a goated show. What is Shogun? How am I so out of touch? Oh wait, this does look familiar. The mysterious European ship is found marooned in a nearby fishing village. Lord Yoshi Toranaga discovers secrets that could tip the scales of power and devastate his enemies. Yo, that sounds like some Conan Barbarian. I like the devastation of enemies. Sonata, he looks like a familiar actor. Where have I seen him before? Oh, the Wolverine. It's probably not how I want to remember him, though. Oh, John Wick. Mortal Kombat. Oh, that's new Mortal Kombat. Huh. How have you not seen Shogun? I have things to do. I don't know. One of those TV shows done. It's probably one of those TV shows done in the last 5 years. Wait, has it really? Okay. So Shogun was a movie in the 1980s. Or something in the 1980s. Yeah. The Wolverine is really good as long as the origins isn't in the title. He has a wife and a kid in the YouTube to entertain us. It's basically my job, right? It's just being an entertainer. That's what I'm here for. That's actually what YouTube tells us. So we get like these back-end news stuff all the time. And it's like how you could become a bigger, better YouTuber. Oh, my subscriber count went down. And like the new thing is because so many people watch YouTube now on TV because they're cutting cable. And they're like, you should create more content that's like cable television. And it's like, yeah, let me just do that. Whatever. The comic for Wolverine is quite good. It'll only take 800 years. It'll take 800 years for just One Piece at this point. Dude, I wish I could listen to old radio program, but that's basically what we do nowadays. We do it with podcasts. I don't know about you all, but I have like a podcast going all day. Different podcasts. I shouldn't say a podcast. Several different podcasts going all day. It's great. Oh, wait. So I had a short that went up. That was loud. Oh, no, you can't hear it because it's muted. Okay, perfect. So I had this short go up. Right? And this is the whole me unboxing of my best pull, right? Not unboxing, pack opening. Hold on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in a second. Okay, right? Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, right? Great pack opening. And my number 2 comment is that it was fake. It wasn't fake. How do I fake that? I'm not a good enough editor to fake that. Anyway. Okay. BBC Radio Hitchhiker's Guide with Peter Jones is the go. Speaking of representation, is Iceman the first gay hero in Marvel Champions? Wait, was he gay? I only know Iceman because of the movies when he was hitting on Rogue, though. Is he gay in the comics? I know, like, a lot of X-Men was like the reason the X-Men started was because like to represent the gay community, but he's gay as of 2 years ago or something. Oh. So they changed it. Oh, Nightbot, gotcha. Good. But I guess he is. Wait, unless they make somebody else gay in the future, right? Then it would be whoever else. Iceman was turned gay by Jean Grey. I can't even tell if you all are being serious or not about this stuff. I mean, it sounds like something crazy they would do. 3 foils in all evolutions. And yes, X-Men was about the gay community and civil rights and all that stuff. Very progressive for the time. Yeah. It is serious. Huh. God, I don't pay attention to any of this stuff. But yeah, I knew it was like... Usami, thank you for subbing to YouTube. Yeah, I knew it was like a very progressive show for its time and whatever. Which is like, it's all good. It's all whatever. It's all good. But that's crazy. Like well, I guess they're not retconning it. I guess it would just be alternate storylines. So the same way they do like the Spider-Man stuff, right? Because they kill off Spider-Man, but he's a spoiler alert. But then he's not really dead, spoiler alert. So like, that's the one confusing thing with story comic book lines. Like, I guess it makes sense because they need to redo the lines. You can't just have like the hero die forever, but you still need to be like crazy, right? Time traveling run. Isn't like half of X-Men time traveling? Comic book storylines are mostly bad soap operas. Yeah. I love all the reactionary people getting mad that Marvel went woke all of a sudden. Completely mad. I'm sorry. Oh, no, reread your line. Completely oblivious to what X-Men was all about from the beginning. Yeah, that's a fair point. For sure. I think there's a lot of truth with that, with the X-Men part of it, especially. And look, let me be upfront. I don't know the comics that well, right? But I do know what X-Men was an allegory. Is that the right word? For all of it. So I get it from that point of view, for sure. An infinite number of universes or an infinite number of Icemen with infinite number of combination of gender and sexuality. There you go. Your problem solved. Solved old piece for everybody. Yeah. They got really progressive during the Claremont era, which is not the beginning. What was the Claremont era? Oh my god. You all know eras. This is over my head. Claremont era X-Men. It's from the 60s or something, right? 70s. Sorry. No. It's from the 60s. But still, Claremont era was 75 to 91? What makes it the Claremont era? I don't even understand. Oh, he wrote it starting then. Ah. Wait. I know you don't pay attention to comics. Did you hear about the Miss Marvel controversy in the recent Spider-Man run? Spoiler alert. She dies in the most hilarious, poorly drawn, droopy face during last breath. It's embarrassing. Oh, no. Okay. Guys, I actually like Miss Marvel. I actually read, not all of her comic book lines. But I've read some of it. And I enjoy it. Miss Marvel dies Spider-Man. Oh, wait, there's the... Oh no. Oh no. This is really, really bad. Well, I need a bigger image of it. It's not big enough. God, it's so small I can't read it. But you could see her face. Oh no. Hold on. You mean like her careers originally wanted her to be? Wait. This is like this looks rough. Like they have the whole frame here. Can I make this bigger? Oh, there we go. So hungry. Yeah, okay, I like Miss Marvel. But man, that's rough looking. That's really rough. Suits that made her inhuman to push them over mutants. 100% general AI calling it now. Think so? Some of the AI stuff looks really rough. Like more rough than this. But that is a rough dying face. Is this consistent with the rest of the art style in this? I remember, so the original Miss Marvel run that I was reading at least, and this is like 2019, I guess, was just like, it was a weird draw, but like it was still good. Different migratory path to the rest of her face. Yeah, it's very inconsistent and weird. Most of the reason, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it was great, but man, even when they showed off, I don't know if I can show it. Because I think YouTube will actually get upset at me. But like the Google like AI video stuff, like when they show, is it Lumineer? Like, and people are like, oh, it's amazing. It's not really that good looking. Oh, is this it? No, there's a different one. They showed the examples of it. And it looked terrible. And people were like, this is the future. And it wasn't. I don't remember if it was Google or no, maybe it was OpenAI's video. Maybe not Google. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. OpenAI video. Sora. This sounds familiar. Like, hold on. There's a few really egregious ones. Now I gotta find it. You all know me, chat. I get really obsessed with this stuff. My God, did they remove it because it was so bad? All right, maybe they did. Wait, is it this one? I'm sorry, I'm just like in my own little world. Oh, it's this one. This one? Okay. This AI example of Sora. Like, again, people were talking about like how amazing this is and whatever. The amount of like how terrible this looks is amazing to me. that like anyone would be like, oh, this is like really amazing stuff. First off, everything's really far away in the background, and these people are extremely close, which is very, very weird. Like the depth perception doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's like the first thing that catches you. Then my favorite thing, all right, is there's like this hand right in the bottom where this tracking bar is. I don't know what it's doing down there, but it's doing something, which, okay, whatever. Then this arm is obviously just not working the correct way, but whatever. Okay, she's freaking out because they're not doing it right. Plus there's a hand there, which I don't know why there's a hand right there, but sure, whatever. This kid pops out of nowhere, which is fine. Look at his hand. When he does his hand backwards, it morphs. His left hand that's going to pop up there. It goes from one side to the other. And then, of course, he can't blink correctly. Oh. And everyone's like, this looks amazing. And you can go through all of these, and they look so bad. Like, any human looks so bad. They can't figure out humans. Like, even this stuff looks weird when it pops out of nowhere. It doesn't even, like, act correctly. Like, I think they're supposed to have 4 legs, some of them, and some of them don't. So you're going to outsource them to the AI. There are content creators that do AI versions of themselves, and it's fascinating to watch. It's actually really interesting, but it's the reason it works for content creators is because I'm not moving around like crazy. So it's easier to do because it's more simple. You know what I mean? Like there's less movement, so there's less tracking that you have to do. Always look at the hands. They can't get them right 100%. They can't get hands right, and like weird, simple things. And it's just like, it doesn't look right. Like even, okay, hold on. Like just like this guy reading this book, right? Just watch the book page. All you have to do is watch the book page. All right, so flips up at the bottom there, flips but goes back to where it is, but he's continuing to read. Right? Like it doesn't make any sense when he keeps flipping the book like that. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. AI music is pretty good, not perfect, but I find that more impressive. Didn't they have like rappers or something, or like somebody did like a rap AI version of like Drake or something, and like it wasn't him or something? Okay, so actually speaking of AI, I had a company reach out to me about how they supposedly, I have to find the email now. They supposedly turned my voice into AI because there's enough of it out there. And I can run an AI bot that's based off of me. Of course, everything has AI in it, so it's hard to find now. But they asked if I wanted to be a part of their thing. And I was like, God, no, take me off your system. They're like, oh, we're not doing that. I was reading that book upside down. Is LeBron James just AI? Like AI Eminem or something. That's crazy. 2024, high standards. I never even considered AI doing this stuff 18 months ago. It's absolutely outstanding how close we are to perfect recreations. No, it's not 100% correct. Of course not. But I think there was an overhyped of how it's already there, right? That's all I read and all I saw on Twitter, which Twitter isn't real life, I know. But it was just like AI is there already. And it's just, it's not. Obviously, it's huge advances in technology, and it will be really good in the future for sure, which obviously is going to open up a lot of societal impacts that we're going to have to address as a society that I think will be major issues with AI, which I'm really excited for us as a civilization to talk about. I'm sure what could go wrong, but now you're right. Compared to 18 months ago, yes, it's astounding how it is, but it's still really rough, in my opinion. It's still really rough. That'd be creepy to be told out of the blue. It was. Hold on, now I gotta find it. AI D20 woodworking. All right. Okay, so Agent Gold is what it's called. All right, Agent Gold. We created and launched your AI chatbot to our community. Yay. Check it out and tell us what you think. It's an AI version of you that answers anything people want to ask you. Just go to agentgold.ai chat, and then there's a whole specific link for me. Enter your own YouTube channel link to find a YouTuber section. So there's a chat bot that exists to me. I hate it already. We're on our way to Skynet. There's an AI philosopher guy. I don't remember who he is exactly off the top of my head. I have to look it up later. But his whole theory is that we'll never do that because AI won't ever care about humans. Like, we won't be perceived as a threat. Like, the same way we don't perceive ants as a threat, like, they won't perceive us as a threat. Famous YouTuber Quebble Cop. I know who you're talking about. I can never say his name. Now does his stuff exclusive in AI. Literally, AI generates script and animator avatar of him and everything. Recreations have been not good. Or reactions, I'm sorry. Reactions have been not good. Yeah. He also had issues because he fell off because he just bragged about how much money he had. But I saw that everything is AI now with him, which is actually kind of smart. Because, like, if you can do the work without doing the work, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? But ask it how often it pulls out of the past. Stayed for the unrelated tech weirdness. All these companies want to use AI to replace artists. That will never happen because there's a lot of uses for AI, but this isn't it. AI, I think, works best. So, for those that don't know, I'm a journalist. And we've had to have many different... there is the second part to your analogy. Humans kill ants without care for their well-being. The moment they become obstructive. True, but they have to become obstructive. The amount of ants that you kill is so minimal compared to the amount of ants that exist. But it's a fair point for sure. So all these companies, okay. To Heroic's point. So I'm a journalist, right? And we had to have several company meetings about why ChatGPT is going to take away our jobs. And the fun part is that it's not. It literally can't take away our jobs right now because AI is not good enough at it. Maybe someday it will. But we had to have like a huge journalistic meeting about this in all of our companies about how it's like a thing. So, what would pretty weird topic to, well, it's a pretty weird topic to have to cover in a meeting. Yeah. And basically the company was all like, no, your jobs are fine. Your jobs are fine. Your jobs are fine. Whatever. And the thing is that ChatGPT can't create original thought, right? So if you type in something in ChatGPT, like my articles come up in ChatGPT. So we have to like patrol it because if you don't source this correctly, like it's a big thing or whatever, there's still lawsuits that exist. So it can't write original stories yet. It just pulls from other written content. And it's funny because when I do things that relate to me, it pulls from my own content. So I'm just stealing from myself, which I guess is allowed, but you know, whatever. So yeah, as of now, it can't do it. Maybe at some point it can. The other problem is that chat, like, it's not set up to interview people. So like journalism just won't go away yet. Opinion columns might, but like quote unquote true journalism won't go away for a while. So hot take, 99% of humanity can't come up with an original thought. I would agree. There's very few original thoughts. Like very few. So I actually agree with that. AI generated woodworkers coming soon. Let's go. I don't know how they're going to do it, but let's do it. But this is the same thing with CNC machines, right? So CNC machines, we're going to replace all the workers and, you know, we're never going to have workers again because everything's going to be automated. You know what it turns out? People got to take care of the CNC machines. You know what it turns out? CNC machines break down. They're really freaking expensive. So, I mean, we've always had versions of this. Also met with some AI teams to discuss automation of some of our tasks, and after months, we stopped paying them because they were so far from being able to perform our most fundamental tasks. We use AI now as a way to like plan storyboards. Like instead of writing out a storyboard, it writes it out for us. So it gives us rough ideas of what we could do, and we take some of the ideas, and that's it. They can legally replace you and maintain profits. If they figure it out, where jobs just change, right? Let alone the original one. Is there any plans to continue the How I Play series? Hey, Charles Gray. Yeah, at some point for sure. I have to do it, but yes. I can do it for much cheaper. Okay, so maybe AI will replace some people. Wait, Palm funds to keep the service cool. In a reasonable world, we will reduce our work week with technology, not just replace jobs. I agree, but eventually, obviously, if we follow that trail, all humans get replaced. The problem is, AI is still not capable of original thought, so somebody's got to program it. Someone has to maintain it. And again, my job, okay, journalism's a really easy job, right? It's not hard to do journalism. It's literally what we're doing now, except I write down what we're talking about. AI still can't do that. So, but will my job eventually be phased out? Maybe. I know they showed an example of AI TV news when they had like a fake AI host like read the news, but somebody still had to put the news into the system. I actually think newscasters on like TV get replaced first before actual quote unquote journalists do. And I use that term very loosely. I don't think there's really many journalists left. But I think a newscaster can 100% be replaced by AI because they're just reading a script. But a newscaster, I think, would have to change their job to basically have more in-depth conversations, right? I think that will be the difference. I'm going to have to have an AI cook my dinner. It's been good knowing you all. All right, take care, Whelp Cakes. My industry will likely be replaced by automation in the next couple of decades. It's kind of scary. What's your, if you don't mind me asking, what's your industry? The first real AI Ultra. I think one of the scary things about AI is how easily it can be used to spread misinformation, so easily to make straight up fake videos. I want newscasters to say less, not more. My biggest concern with AI stuff is you've seen it a little bit where there's enough recording of most people talking that like somebody could come up. Okay, so there's a few things. There's two things with AI that I really don't like and that we're gonna have to address as a country at some point. One is deep fake porn, right? That's gonna have to be addressed. Like there's a lot of people's lives that will be ruined by it, and people cannot tell the difference. It's gonna be a serious issue, which should have serious consequences, and it's going to need to be addressed. Deep fakes, period. Exactly, right? Any form of deep fake. There's stuff going around now because of my voice. You could make a perfect replication of my voice. You could call my wife and say, I'm in an emergency. I need you to wire me X amount of money, right? This is happening currently, and it's scary stuff. That is what's going to be important to facilitate as well. Decker is that automation will allow us to work less and just be as productive, except it already happened. We're dramatically more productive and still working 40 hours a week. I work security. Wouldn't your job just change your security though? I mean, I need the police officer to show up at my house. You know what I mean? Or am I just assuming the wrong type of security? And this conversation took a turn. Gotta keep up, Mark. I will investigate this problem thoroughly for a small price. Make me feel very secure about the future of the industry were to be automated. I do like the AI Trump and Biden Let's Plays. Okay. There's a Twitch channel that just has them debating each other 24/7. Here's the thing. On an entertainment level, I would normally agree, except I don't care about either of these individuals. I don't want an AI version of them talking all the time. I don't need more of them in my life. The automation thing, our work days are meant to be shorter based on automation now. Well, our work is now less backbreaking, I would argue, through automation. All we do is observe and report. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. Would it just enhance your job? So like, for example, a lot of doctors are now using AI to go through cancer scans, like whatever they're called, right? Scans for cancer. And they're having AI like go through it. So it's not replacing the doctor to look for it. It's just telling the doctor what else to look for. Theoretically, when you're observing of security, just be able to cover more ground so that thus you can report it. Like to double check it, essentially. I mean, I would still, I guess, fire people because you could be more efficient with one person than, you know, like if you had a team of 5 people, let's say, and an AI can replace a person, but you still need like one person left over. Like there's that, I guess, you know what I mean? They have former presidents reviewing frozen pizzas. That's hilarious. Have an automation to the workforce just doesn't raise stock prices. The added comfort of automation to the workforce just doesn't raise stock prices. Hasn't stock prices generally risen the entire time, so wouldn't it have raised stock prices? Thought new innovations would cause the work week to be about 20 hours a week. Yeah, that ain't ever gonna happen. I want to be more like I would like it to be, but that's also because I hate work with a burning passion. I know there's a lot of people that find purpose in work. I'm not that person. During a primary, some guy sent out auto calls trying to trick people into incorrectly how to vote. Use AI Biden voice. Yeah. It's going to become a bigger and bigger thing. For sure. So if they can use AI plus human labor for the same or less, then that's a win for shareholders. The tech is already there to completely replace us. It's just a matter of time before the cost of the tech becomes less than the cost to have us there. All tech revolutions have reduced employment in some sectors and created jobs in others. It's the people that get caught in the middle, required to pivot, that get screwed. Yes, I agree with you, Adrian. And the same with work. It's just a means. Yeah. You're telling me I can get screwed? Yeah. But Josh, yeah, I feel you. I have friends that like work is their entire life and existence and purpose. That's not me. Every day I dread it. It's so depressing when I say it out loud, but yeah, just one of those things. I don't find purpose in work. I find purpose in other things, but work's not one of them. I have friends like that too. Yeah. See, AI porn was on the way. Dare to Dream? I think it already exists, doesn't it? If they could deep fake people, they can make fake people. Don't they have... I'm not even going to get into that. Never mind. That's why I spent half my workday in this... That's true. We're basically at half your workday. I just can't believe we're at streaming this. I was going to quit over an hour ago. Porn is the #1 use for AI art right now. It always is. That's like my favorite scene from what's the movie? Robert Downey Jr. and Jack Black. Tropic Thunder. Fantastic movie. That's my whole favorite scene. They talk about the Blu-ray DVD wars and how like what it really came down with. It's hilarious. I'm sure Googling won't put you on the list. I know, right? Work is the happiness I experience when I'm not hanging out with you on Twitch. We know what you talk about. What's about in D20 streams? When are these live? Well, you could just tell them that it's live like at 8:30 at night. Just don't tell them that's the Eastern time zone. Bring up toe again. AI will never defeat Shadow of the Past. Never. Never will. Oh my god, just had to bring up Miss Marvel again. Ugh. So sad. It works so bad. Oh, goodness. what was the toe-to-toe thing again? Just go to YouTube and go to the live tab, and then just rewind all the way back to the beginning of the stream. Now that this stream has completely gone off the rails. AI birthday cards are nice. I have an 80% loss rate against Shadow of the Past. Oof, that's rough. Don't have time, just tell me now. No. No. I will not do that. I will not. I just got notified the new Marvel Champions and Arkham expansions are in the mail. I think I have the Arkham expansion. I think it's upstairs. I have to open the box. But I'm jealous that you're getting the Marvel one already. I feel like half a beast, you followed me many, many times. Following since stream. Yeah, you've subbed to me. Is it unfollowing me? Because I know there's like 2 other people that have to keep subbing to me over and over. That was half a beast 332. What was that? What was it? But yeah, he previously subbed to me before. I swear he has to keep following me. Fantasy Flight starts using AIs to make expansions. We'll see. I think the board game industry is gonna keep using AI art, whether people like it or not. It's just cheaper. But they needed to find a way to make more profit, according to them. And artists are expensive. I don't agree with it, but I think that's what they're gonna do. I think just slowly but surely, it's gonna be one of those things where like this game has real art. It's gonna be like a selling point of a game. It's just gonna be the other way around. There's literally dozens of them. Hilarious. If you just put the Nemesis in the deck at the beginning, Shadow of the Past ain't no thing. That's fact. You know what people could do about that? Stop selling for subpar artwork in your board games. Yeah. I think we just have such an issue with, we all have to buy whatever the newest greatest board game is, unfortunately, and it's just you get like a Mythics game situation or whatever, so makes sense. But yeah, it's just whatever. But yeah, I think we're gonna see more AI artwork for sure in board games. It's gonna keep going forward. And then yeah, why wouldn't they use AI to write the they're going to use AI to write the rule books. I think actually they kind of should, at least get the rough draft, right? Why wouldn't you get the layout done? Because hiring artists to create everything for an indie board game prevents many great games from getting made, but artists deserve to be paid. What's the solution? Honestly, what I've seen some people art-wise talk about is that they are using AI themselves. Like they're feeding their own artwork into it essentially and using the AI themselves to get like the rough idea of the art, right? And then they come in and clean it all up. I don't know a lot, and this is in other industries too, like magazines are doing this a lot. So I think that is the solution for artists, is that they can charge a cheaper rate by using AI themselves of their own artwork, right? And they just do like the touch-ups. So instead of having to spend, I don't know how long it takes, let's just say 20 hours to do a work or whatever. And then now if they could do it in 5 hours and then just touch everything up from it, like they can charge a cheaper rate. Realistically, instead of charging like 25% of what they normally would, let's just say it's like 30%, right? They still make a higher profit margin. But they can crank out more work than if they want. So I think that's what the future would be. And then essentially you could say like, hey, my service of like all hand done artwork or whatever, however you rephrase that, is more expensive. So I think that's what they have to do. Again, it comes to the same thing with, as a journalist, I use AI to help plot out stories. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think the idea that you have to be a complete purist by it is just, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Six-figure drawings to afford more, to hire more artists. I mean, if you look at original Hoplomachus, like original Hoplo, not Hoplo Victorum or the Hoplo Remastered, but the original one, they use clip art, right? It's all free artwork online that they found and they put onto the tiles. That's why it looks so bad. So, I mean, people just get ways around it. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be a big part of AI. Make a general idea or rough draft and then perfect it by hand. It's going to be an assistant, basically. Did I hear plot? I knew it was journalism. It was pure fiction. It was all lies. But I think, you know, for board game companies, I don't think there's anything wrong with them doing the rule book like roughly with AI. And you have a specialist come in and just clean it all up, right? You use autocorrect in your articles? You should see the amount of squiggly lines in my articles. It's terrible. So I professionally do podcasting, right? That's why a part of my job is a podcaster. We use AI to auto edit like the peaks and valleys of our voices, right? Because when you talk, you go really high and really low and really high and really low, right? And blue or red squiggle. I have all the colors, every single color, but we use AI to do it. And then a person comes and listens to the whole thing to make sure, one, it makes sense. And two, if there's like touch-ups they have to do, they do that. It saves so much time. Taking away your English grades from primary and secondary school. That's But yeah, I mean, again, it's just something that we've embraced. And I think, and there are artists out there who do this. But I do think that the board game artists will eventually have to do it. They just will. Social media members to contribute stories. Protagonists were losing their minds. Would love to see Aaron Sorkin deal with the AI. I know, right? And live performances to fix mess ups. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, with the whole board game thing, it's gonna happen. I know the industry for variety of reasons doesn't want it to be happening, but it's going to happen. And I think the artists that embrace it will do better. It'd be interesting if they can make board game rules or like board games work via AI. Not work, but like a rough idea for a new board game. You know what I mean? Via AI. I'd be fascinated. There's gonna be a project eventually that's the first all AI project. It'd be fascinating to see how it funds. See if people like it or not. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You know what I mean? It's only one way to know. All right. Didn't the game company just get in trouble for using AI in their Kickstarter? Yeah, they did. You know what happened? I'll show you what happened. Kickstarter. It raised $2.2 million. Everyone was upset because Terraforming Mars used AI artwork in their new expansion, and it funded $2.2 million. Did you hear about the lawyers using AI to write their case? Did not go well? No, I did not. That's hilarious, though. But yeah. And after this, yeah, here we go. They had to do the whole thing. I'm talking about they had to do this whole thing. I had to use AI and whatever this stuff. They said they'd write all this. Doesn't matter. Still funded. Current price of a McDonald's value meal. I mean, pretty close, right? The rabbit trail of links that went nowhere. That's hilarious. So it just did with like a middle schooler. Nothing like seeing someone make a mint on a board game that would work better as a PC game. Oh, are you talking about Gloomhaven? Sorry. I have to get my jab in on Gloomhaven whenever I can. But yeah, I think we'll see more and more of that. For sure. Real crime was the price people were paying for an expansion, and don't get me started with the box sets that need expanders to hold more expansions. I like Terraforming Mars, the original game, and some of the original expansions, but when they were trying to sell me a giant empty box for like $100 some, I was like, bro, this is where the relationship ends. Can't do it. All right, chat. I'm out of here. I can't. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm mentally done. So, this guy's done. AI broke him. Well, I mean, I wish right now I could say, all right, AI D20 is going to take over, right? And then AI D20 can take over and say something ridiculous and whatever. And then they can just get him in trouble. So you didn't spend 100 on Too Many Bones Trove Chest? No, I spent 85, like a reasonable adult. It had magnets. It was worth it. And don't even get me started on Trove Chest. They built that poorly. Anyway. Okay, so. Get Cerebro in here. Go join the Discord if you have not yet. You all can talk about AI and whatever in Discord. So yeah. Hang on the Discord. Hang on the subreddit page if you haven't yet. All that fun stuff. I will be live again on Friday. Novels will be on. So chat, be nice. We are going to be playing One Piece. New starter decks for us. New starter decks. STO3 and STO7. I don't know which is which yet. But we're going to be doing that. There'll be new videos all this week and all that fun stuff. And I have to start thinking of more videos because I'm running out of video ideas. So that's really fun. But anyway, appreciate you all being here. Thanks for the fun talk. Sorry we got so sidetracked and derailed onto random stuff. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was entertaining. And hopefully I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.